How we doing, folks? It's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming back to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. We've been gone for a couple of days, but we're back. It's Monday. How's everybody's weekend? Wasn't as eventful as mine. Mine was exciting. Getting ready to start basketball season again, so I'm excited about that, refereeing. So here's the thing, folks. My name's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist. Talk about all things type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, gestational diabetes, PCOS, all things related to insulin resistance, folks. That's what we cover. That's what we're gonna tap into today. So how we doing? My name's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. Been in Houston, Texas now, 11 and a half years, almost 12 years now in Houston. Almost 15 years in Texas altogether. Man, I think it's time to move, actually. Been here for way too long. 15 years, almost 15 years? Yeah, I think it's time to go somewhere different. But anyhow, a couple of folks are joining us. Do me a favor, folks, and tap in with me and let me know where you are from. What city are you from? What state you from? What country you from, man? Where you from? Like I said, my name is Kelley, certified holistic nutritionist. Talk about all things type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes. I give you the keys to the castle. The question is once you become insulin resistant or once you get type 2 diabetes, you have to have it for the rest of your life. Is that what you got to do? Is that you just got to take the medication for the rest of your life and then that's it? Is that going to be your life? That is the question. The answer to that question is only if you want it to be. If you have type 2 diabetes, if you're suffering from insulin resistance, if you're suffering from that, we got to talk about choices. There's some choices that you're going to have to make because this condition, folks, like I said before, it is I don't know if I said this, but I am saying it right now. This is a reversible condition. Insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, erectile dysfunction, PCOS, all of that stuff are reversible conditions. Why? It's because they're lifestyle related conditions, meaning it was your diet and lifestyle that caused the condition. So logic goes like this. If it was the diet and lifestyle that caused the condition, shouldn't it be the diet and lifestyle that gets me out of the condition? Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. There it is. Let me see if I got some signs. Let me see if I got some. Shouldn't it be your lifestyle that gets you out of the condition? And where is it? Yeah. There it is. There it is. Same thing that happened to me, folks. One day, went in and got diagnosed with diabetes, heart disease, and obesity, right? This was in about 6 years ago. 5-6 years ago. Diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. All at the very same doctor's visit. I'm here today. What is it? November 3rd, 2025. There's no more diabetes. There's no more insulin resistance running through my body. There's no more heart disease, high blood pressures, and all of that stuff. There's no high cholesterols and anginas and all of that stuff. And there's none of that running through my veins anymore. So no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. So when I tell you folks that type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance is a very, very erectile dysfunction, is a very, very reversible condition. It's all about the choices that you make, the choices and the habits that you make. Now, you've got a choice. You've got a choice to say, yeah, if you want to stay and take this medication for the rest of your life, you've got that choice. That's your choice. That's your prerogative. You're an adult. Like, I can't tell you what to do. But I can tell you that the condition is totally reversible and you have the choice to accept that or not. You've got the choice to do the work or not. Because you can reverse the condition. You just got to do the work. What is the work? The work is, like I said before, it's a lifestyle related condition. So if it's diet and lifestyle that caused the condition, here's the work that you got to do. You got to do it in 4 specific areas, which we're going to talk about today. Stress management, activity, eating, sleeping. Stress management, activity, Like, are you moving your body? Eating, sleeping. Those are the 4 areas. Those are the 4 areas that you got to master. If you don't master those 4 areas, there's a couple honorable mention areas as well. But if you don't master those core areas of your life, man, yeah, you're going to be right. You will have type 2 diabetes. You will have insulin resistance for the rest of your life. But if you totally flip the game, flip the script, whoo, you can tear up your old script and live your life totally different. As I did, you don't got to worry about insulin resistance. You don't have to worry about type 2 diabetes. You can just live your life just free. But to do that, you're going to have to go through something. You're going to have to go through something hard. And then that's what we're going to talk about today. That's what we're going to talk about in this live, folks. We're going to talk about who's the monster that we're fighting, which is high A1C, a high blood sugar. That's the monster that we're fighting. And then the next thing is, how do you defeat it? How do you defeat the monster? So that's it, folks. Got a couple of questions. Let's see what we got some folks in the chat. Do me a favor, folks. Tap in with me and let me know where you're from. Man, what city you from, what country you're from, state you're from. I come on, introduce myself, which I did. Come on and answer your questions, which we're going to do. And then we're going to go to the board and we're going to start talking about all things A1C and then how to fix it. So here we go. Diagnosed with pre-diabetes in September. Been taking meds, but been having a large appetite. Okay. Eating the right foods for 6 weeks, glucose went down to 98. I love it. That's amazing. That's amazing. Eating the right foods. That's what you said it. Eating the right foods. That's it. It's the lifestyle medicine, which we're going to talk about. Carnivore keto lowered mine from the 200s to under 100. I guess you mean. Feeling better, no inflammation anymore. Great. Shout out to you, Trenton. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. That's amazing. See, something had to change, right? Something had to change in your life. It wasn't just going to be taking the medication all day, every day. No, you had to change your diet and lifestyle and all that. You had to change what was at the end of your fork. That's it, folks. That is the way out. That's the way out. It's the only, by the way, it's the only way out. Changing what's at the end of your fork. I know you don't want to hear that. We're probably going to lose a lot of people right now just because I said that. You be like, Kelley, I ain't changing what's at the end of my fork. I don't care how bad my A1C is. I don't care how out of control my blood sugar is. I am not giving up my double cheeseburger with extra pickles and a small fry. I'm not giving up any of that. I'm not giving up my sweet potato pie because Thanksgiving is right around the corner. I don't care. I told you it's choice time. All right, here we go. Where the folks from? Here we go. Louisiana, St. Lucia. Good morning. I am. Okay, Guyana, Arizona. Okay, California. It works, folks. I bought my A1C from 5.8 to a 5.3 from the information I get here. Okay, thank you, Math Pangs. That's beautiful. Thank you for saying that on a Monday morning. That's a beautiful thing to say. Thank you for saying that, Math Pangs. Let's see. Okay, Buffalo, man. Shout out to Buffalo, Niagara Falls, Georgia. Shout out to Georgia. But here we go, folks. We're getting ready to get into it. Like I said before, my name is Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist, straight out of Houston, Texas. But here's the thing: I wasn't always a nutritionist. I wasn't always a health coach. Because a few years ago, I was actually in the worst shape of my life. If you're just joining us. I got diagnosed with diabetes, got diagnosed with heart disease, and I got diagnosed with being obese, all at the very same doctor's visit, by the way, folks. Through the power of my lifestyle changes, changing my lifestyle, what I ate, how I slept, how I moved my body, and how I managed my stress, and then eliminating alcohol from my life. Those changes, folks, you want to know what it did? I'm going to show you what it did. I'm going to show you just what those simple changes right there just did. I'm going to show you. Can I show you? Can I show you what those simple? Can I show you the power of lifestyle medicine? Put a yes in the chat. If I can show you if you give me permission to take you outside of the box, right? To think a little bit differently. Do I have the permission to do that today? To take you outside of the box and just look at life through a whole different lens? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Check this out. Check this out. I told you I wasn't always a nutritionist, wasn't always a health coach, right? A few years ago, look at this. This is called being obese. This is called being a diabetic. This is called having heart disease. All at the very same doctor's visit. Look, all at the very same. Look, 2 weeks after I took this pictures when I got my diagnosis, I had no idea. Look at that. 2 weeks after I took that picture, I had no idea that I was diabetes, heart disease, obesity, all of that stuff. No idea. Check it out. Change. This is what happens. This is the power of lifestyle medicine. And you see that? Look, that's the power of lifestyle medicine. People ask me all the time, well, Kelley, what did you take, man? Like, dude, what did you take? Like, they hold me, they put me up against the wall like a big bully. Tell me what you took, dude. What medicine did you take? Was it Ozempic? Was it metformin? Was it Manjaro? Was it glipizide? What was it, Kelley? And I tell them, here's all it was. It was just lifestyle medicine. I changed my lifestyle. You see, at the beach, big belly. At the gym, weights in my hand, no belly. Okay. Some people call that snatched. I don't know what you call. Maybe I don't know. All the inches off my waist. So here's what I'm telling you, folks. This is just the power of lifestyle changes. That's what I took. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. That's what I took. All right. And when I tell people what I took, a lot of people say, I want to do that too. And then I tell them exactly what it is. It's lifestyle, changing your lifestyle. In what areas? Having a peaceful mind. Okay. Stress management, very, very important. Activity, very, very, very important. Especially if you have high blood sugar. Clean eating. There's a lot of things that could be hurting your health, but it's predominantly what you're eating. There's a lot of things that could be causing you to have high blood sugar, but it's predominantly what you're eating. I'm going to just keep it all the way. Can I keep it a buck, as they say? Can I keep it a buck with y'all? Okay. Do I have, oh, you said I already got permission to keep it a buck. But here it is. It's a lot of things. I'm going to say that one more time. It's a lot of things that could be causing you to have high blood sugar. It's a lot of things that could be causing you to have a high A1C. But it's predominantly what you're eating. I'm gonna just keep it all the way 100. Anyhow, and then finally, sleep. Well, people are like, what does sleep got to do with it? A whole hell of a lot. That's what we're gonna get into. Do me a favor, folks. Put the words A1C in the chat. How you doing? My name's Kelley. We're gonna talk about all things A1C. How you doing? My name's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. Talk about all things insulin resistance, all of that, pre-diabetes, erectile dysfunction, type 2 diabetes, all of that. So throw the word A1C in the chat. We're going to get up here on the board and class is about to be in session. Also, click the link in my bio, folks. There's a lot of goodies on there. There's a quiz. There's a master class. There's a lot of freebies on my page. So click that link in my description. Also, do me a favor and bebop the screen or double tap the screen and then share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this chronic health condition, struggling with a high A1C, struggling with high blood sugar, struggling with, they just been taking these medications for the rest of all of their life. Share this live out with them, folks. Here we go. All right, A1C. Y'all throwing A1C in the chat. And also do me a favor, put the word new in the chat as well, too. Put new in the chat if you're new, if you've never heard of me. Thank you for the heart me. If you've never heard of me before, like, yo, this guy, bro? Like, what are you talking about? Diabetes is reversible, all this stuff. Put a new in the chat. Yeah. Like, you don't know me from Adam. You don't know me from a hole in the wall. Okay. Got a lot of new folks. Here we go. We're getting ready to get into it, folks. Class is in session. Shout out to my new folks. All right. My name's Kelley. If you're just joining us. My name's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist. Wasn't always a nutritionist as you saw from those pictures, right? I obviously didn't know anything about nutrition when I showed you those pictures. Here we go. Here's what we're going to talk about. Two things. Very first thing that we're going to cover. Number one, from a can of paint, exactly. Number one thing that we're going to talk about is what is type 2 diabetes, or what is insulin resistance? What does it mean to have a high A1C, blood sugar, all of that stuff? We'll talk about that first. I'll explain it to you. And then second, I'm going to tell you, if you have a high blood sugar, if you have a high A1C, how do you bring it down? How do you do what I did to do it naturally? That's what I'm going to teach you next. So stick around for both parts, folks. All right, let me close this window. The light's coming in. Kind of bright over here. All right, here we go. Like I said, share this live out with anybody that you know struggling with this condition. Hemoglobin A1C. Who's ever gone to the doctor? We want to know what an A1C is. Who's ever gone to the doctor and they've gotten their hemoglobin, and then maybe the doctor said you're anemic, maybe your doctor said you've got low iron, maybe the doctor says any of that, right? Who's ever experienced that before? Put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat if you've ever experienced that before. Put a me in the chat. Let's see. Be back, going to find a friend on Facebook. No worries. Put a me in the chat. Okay, got some me's. The word hemo means iron and oxygen. It's why you ever notice that you're tired and you're fatigued if you have anemic, if you're anemic, if you got low iron. You ever notice that you're tired or fatigued a lot? Well, it's because you don't have enough oxygen-rich blood flowing through your veins or flowing through all of your cells. So that is what the word hemo means. It means iron and oxygen. Rich blood needs to be carried through every cell of your body. Globin means protein. So iron and oxygen being carried through every cell of your body by protein. Let's give you a clear picture of what I mean by hemoglobin. You're like, well, what does that mean? Okay. See how long you can hold your breath. On the count of three. On your mark, get set, go. How long? All right, time's up. Okay, time's up. How long can you hold your breath? Probably not very long, maybe like 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Why? It's because you don't have enough oxygen-rich blood flowing through your cells, aka oxygen. Every time you breathe in and out, think of hemoglobin. So whenever you breathe in and out, think of hemoglobin, because that is what it is, oxygen-rich blood. Okay? A1, so very, very important stuff. This stuff's so important that if you don't have enough of it, the doctors will actually give you a blood transfusion. You don't have enough hemoglobin. If your hemoglobin's too low, they'll give you a blood transfusion. Okay? A1C is how much sugar has been stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 months. 3 to 4 months-ish. How much sugar has been stuck to it? Okay. What do you mean sugar? Well, Halloween just passed, didn't it? A couple of days ago, a few days ago, the little kiddies were out trick-or-treating, getting candy. You know that sticky stuff, that candy can get real sticky, like a Jolly Rancher, lollipop, all of that stuff. That same stuff, sticky stuff, is the same stuff that stuck to your hemoglobin. You ever get a Jolly Rancher or something on your finger, or spill some Coke on your hand? Isn't it all sticky and nasty? Yeah, that same nasty, sticky stuff is attached to your hemoglobin. So that's what that means. So let's dig into it a little bit deeper. It goes anywhere between 4 and 30. It's a percent, folks. It's a percent. I'm going to put percent over there. It is a percent of how much sugar over the past 3 to 4 months has been stuck to your hemoglobin. So you're like, well, what does that mean? Do me a favor, folks. If you're comfortable with it, put your hemoglobin A1C in the chat. If you're comfortable with it, put your A1C in the chat, folks, and we're going to find out, dig into this number a little bit more, right? Class is in session, folks. It's in session. 8.6, here we go. Got some numbers coming in. 5.6, 7.4, 10, 8.7, 8, 5.9, 7.6, 5.8. Okay. 7.9 went from a 7.9 to a 5.8, 6.5. Okay. That's what mine got to. 6.5, 9.1. Okay. 7.9. Here we go. See, these numbers that y'all are calling out, 7.1, these numbers that y'all are calling out is a percent. It's the percent of sugar that's stuck to your hemoglobin, that has been stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 to 4 months. That's what it means. So, but what does that mean, though? Well, the higher the percent is, the more sugar that you have stuck to your hemoglobin. And if you've got sugar that's stuck to your hemoglobin, which is the life you breathe, it is literally choking the life out of you. That is literally what it's doing. That's all that sugar, the higher the percent, means the faster you are aging. The faster, it's called glycation. The faster you're checking out of here. The 15, the higher the number is, the faster you're checking out of here. The faster you're aging. The higher the number is, the faster you've got a date with the Grim Reaper. Okay? That's what the number means. Because, like I said before, hemoglobin is literally the life of you that you breathe, folks. Like, I don't know if I can stress how important breath is. It's freaking important. Like, the most important thing. You dig? There's nothing more important than breath. The sugar is attacking your breath, basically. It's why people leave here 15 years too soon, 15, 20 years too soon, because they got too much percent of sugar that has been attached to their hemoglobin. Okay, I'm going to tell you what it is first, then I'm going to tell you how to fix it. I'm going to tell you how to fix it next. What does it mean, folks, when your A1C is a 5.7 to a 6.4? Your hemoglobin A1C, 5.7 to 6.4. What does that mean, folks? Who can put it in the chat? What does it mean? 5.7 to 6.4. What does that mean? Normal. Oh, wow. Okay. Class is in session, folks. Pre. Okay. Pre what? Normal what? Like, what are you guys saying? No. Okay. Pre-diabetic. 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 Yup. Class is in session, folks. Pre-diabetes. But what does that mean? Okay. Who can tell me what is the most important hormone in the body? What's the most important hormone in your body? Is it glucagon? Is it cortisol? Is it insulin? Is it dopamine? Is it serotonin? Like, there's GLP-1 hormones, like hunger hormones, testosterone, estrogen. Like, which one is the most important, though, folks? There's a lot of them. Which one do we think is the most important? Like the king of kings. Okay. Insulin is dominating the day. Insulin. They are all important. That's very, very good. They're all important. But there's one that's the most important. Okay. It is insulin. Insulin is the most important hormone in the body. How do I know this? How do we know this as a society? Well, ask a type 1 diabetic. There's 2 types of diabetes. There's more types, but for the sake of this live, there's 2 types of diabetes. Type 1 and type 2. Type 1 diabetes means that you don't produce insulin. So as a result, you have to use insulin from the outside, aka a pump, a pump or something like that, insulin pump. Why do you have to use an insulin pump? It's because you're insulin dependent. You're dependent on insulin. Why? Because if you don't have it, you won't survive. It's as simple as that. If you do not have that hormone, you will not survive. You can survive without, there's a lot of important hormones in the body. You can survive without those other hormones. Some of those other hormones. Your quality of life will suck. Your quality of life will be awful if you're missing like cortisol and dopamine and all. If you're missing all estrogen, if you're missing those hormones, yeah, your life's gonna suck. But you'll still be alive. But if you're missing insulin, you will not be around because you will not survive. That is how important it is, folks. So that is type 1 diabetes, insulin dependent. Now let's talk about type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes means that you have become resistant to the most important hormone in the body. The most important hormone in the body, which is insulin, you are now resistant to it. And I don't know about you folks, but becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body cannot be a good thing. There's nothing that can be good or sounds good about you being resistant to the most important hormone in the body. And the higher the percent is, the more resistant you are becoming. 5.7 to a 6.4 means that you are insulin resistant. It just hasn't gotten bad yet. That's all it means. You are insulin resistant already. It just hasn't gotten real. It's bad, but it's not real bad. You feel what I'm saying? That's what it means. Now, let's increase the stakes a little bit. It means that you're already sick. It means that you just haven't gotten really sick. That's what it means. So because you're becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body. Okay, let's up the ante a little bit. What does it mean, folks, when your A1C 6.5 or higher? Told you I'm going to tell you what it is first, and then I'm going to tell you how to fix it. Naturally, 6.5 or higher, like mine got to. Mine got to a 6.5. What does it mean when your A1C gets to a 6.5 or higher? Throw it in the chat, folks. Okay, diabetes. What hormones facilitates lowering blood sugar? Insulin. The one we're talking about. Insulin does. That hormone facilitates the lowering of blood sugar. And it means that you have diabetes. All right. So what does it mean? Someone just asked what the hormone facilitates the lowering of blood sugar, and it is insulin. So when you become 6.5 or higher, when the percent is 6.5 or higher, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is, now you're playing in the danger zone. Now the doctors say, hey, here's a medication. Here's a metformin for your high blood sugar. Here's a metformin. But here's the thing. When they give you all of that high medication for your blood sugar, you're just treating the symptom. The symptom is high blood sugar. That's the symptom. But here's the thing. The root cause is insulin resistance. The root cause is insulin resistance. And what is insulin resistance? It means that your cells cannot open up. They will not open up. Insulin's job is to take the food from the food that you just ate, is to take the food, or is to knock on the cell's door and say, hey, we've got some glucose out here. We just ate like 30 minutes ago, and we've got some glucose out here, some blood sugar, and we need to let it inside of the cell to give this person energy. That's the job of insulin. But when you're insulin resistant, type 2 diabetic, when you're insulin resistant, your body's not listening to that signal to open up the door for the cell anymore. It's not listening. Why? It's because you've cried wolf too much. You're like, what you mean you cry wolf too much? You cry wolf in the sense that you kept giving your body more and more and more and more and more blood sugar, and it couldn't handle it. It was like, it's too much. So we're going to stop listening to it because it's too much. We're basically going to kind of block the signal. So as a result, now the energy can't get into the cells. Now you're tired. Now you're hungry. Now you're tired, hungry, and you've got sugar cravings. Why? Because insulin couldn't do its job. That's why you're tired. That's why you're hungry. That's why you got sugar cravings. The job of insulin is to take the energy and put it into the cells. But since the energy can't be put into the cells, the signal is blocked. Now, as a result, as a consequence, you're hungry. Why are you hungry? Because you can't get any energy. Because your body's like, give me more energy. Why are you tired? Oh, yeah, you're tired because you cannot get any energy into your cells. Okay? I hope this is making sense. Okay, last one. Why do I have sugar cravings then, Kelley? If you're so big, bad, and smart, why you got sugar cravings? Well, you got sugar cravings because your body is like, give me the quickest form of energy that there is. And what is the quickest form of energy that there is? Oh, yeah. Give me a Coca-Cola. Like, quick, my blood sugar is low. Give me a Coca-Cola. Give me an apple juice. Give me an orange juice, right? My blood sugar's low. It's quick energy, isn't it? That's why you're craving sugar. So it's why you're tired, hungry, craving sugar. All due to the root cause of type 2 diabetes, which is insulin resistance. So that's what it means, folks. It means, in simple terms, here's what it means. It means the higher the percent is, the more insulin resistant you are, which means the faster you're aging, because you've got more sugar now that is attached or stuck to your hemoglobin, which is hemoglobin. Like I said, the very first thing I said was this stuff is so important that if you don't have enough of it, the doctors will give you a blood transfusion. It's why you're always tired, because you don't have enough oxygen-rich blood. So the higher the percentage, the more insulin resistant you are, which causes all the cells in your body to age rapidly because they can't get the energy. They're getting rusty. It's called glycation. They're stressed, okay? Oxidative stress. So as a result, you check out of here too soon. You check out of here 15, 20 years too soon because all the sugar literally choked the life out of you, sucked the life out of you. Literally, in a literal term, that's what hemoglobin, that's what it means. How much sugar is stuck to the life that you breathe? So again, that's why people leave here too soon. That's why my sister passed away at the age of 55 years old 2 years ago. 2 years ago, she passed away at the age of 55 due to, what? Complications from diabetes, type 2 diabetes, complications from insulin resistance. Why? She had insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes for like 20 years. Too much sugar stuck to her hemoglobin. And as a result, my sister lost her life at the age of 55 years old in her sleep. So this is making sense to y'all, folks. I told you I'm going to tell you what it is first. This is making sense to y'all. Put a health yes in the chat. Health yes, if this is making sense to y'all on what it means to have a hemoglobin A1C. Health yes. It means that if you do not get this number under control, you will most likely it will win. Diabetes will be the monster that takes you out. I promise you it will. If you do not get this number under control, it will. Halloween just passed. It will be the monster that takes you up out of here. You can bet your bottom dollar on it if you don't do anything about it. You think you can defeat it, okay? Diabetes doesn't care who you are. You cannot defeat it. All you got to do is cooperate. You defeat it by your lifestyle. That's how you defeat it. You defeat it by the lifestyle that you live. That is how you defeat it, which we're going to talk about next. So put a health yes. Yeah, put a health yes. We got a lot of health yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. Health yes. Health yes. Put a health yes in the chat if you understand what hemoglobin A1C is and the implications of having high blood sugar or having a high A1C. Here it is. Here's what I want y'all to do, folks. Very first thing that you can do is you can go register for that quiz. You want to know how you've been managing this number? I'm going to tell you how to fix it next. But if you want to know how you've been managing this number, if you've been doing a great job, if you've been doing a terrible job, if you're somewhere in the middle where you've been, here's what you can do. You can go register for the masterclass. The quiz. You can go take the quiz. Here it is right here. Click right up here. Click on my picture again. You're going to come right here. Here is like Disney World, folks. This link is in my bio. It's like Disney World. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, folks, type 2 diabetes, you want to fix it, then this is where you start right here. You start right here. You go take this quiz. Somebody said that they want to fix it. You start right here. You go take this quiz. It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn how you've been managing this number. Have you been playing around with the number? Have you been playing around with the number, or have you been taking the number very, very seriously? This test, this quiz, 2-minute quiz, will tell you. It's either going to reveal you or expose you. Okay? So that is the quiz. The master class, there's a free master class right here. Go register for that master class, folks. It is a 45-minute master class that you can take to. I'm going to break down the lifestyle medicine formula: peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. Free. And finally, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This one is for people who have said they've taken the quiz. They said that I'm ready for change. I need change now. I'm not playing around with this number anymore because I want to be here for my family. I know that if I don't change anything, that the chances of me being here for my family have greatly diminished. So now is the time that I feel like now is my time. I feel like now is my time that I want to take this number seriously. I feel like I'm ready to take control of my blood sugar. If you feel like you are ready to take control of your blood sugar, if you feel like you are ready to lower your A1C, if you're feeling like you're ready to do that, because if you are, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Here it is right here. It is a 14-day blood sugar reset. And if you follow this blueprint, you follow this 14-day blueprint, nutrition blueprint, you're going to get yourself back to you're not going to get your number back to a 5.3 in 2 weeks, but you will start to get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster. You'll get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster, the highs, the lows. You know those highs and lows? Your blood sugar's high, your blood sugar's low, your blood sugar's high, you got dip in energy, all of that stuff. If you're tired of that, if you just want to get your energy back, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Everything's free on the page. The quiz is free. The master class is free. The PDF is free. All you got to do is pay attention. The only thing that I got to charge you for is the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, because it's real people getting real results in just 14 days. People have taken their A1C from an 8 to a 6. People have gotten, in 14 days, people have gotten taken off of their medication by the doctor. The doctor took them off of their medication after hanging out with me in a 14-day challenge, that blood sugar reset challenge. The doctor took them off. I'm not a doctor. I can't take you off your medication. I don't have a medical license, folks. But here's what I can tell you. I can tell you how to do this nutrition thing. I can tell you how to eat correctly. Didn't I tell you before that it's a lot of things that could be hurting your health, but it's predominantly what you're eating. It's predominantly what you're eating. So let's get to it. You want to join that challenge? You want to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge? It's $99 you join that challenge. But if you use the discount code SAVE20, the live discount code SAVE20, you join the challenge for 20% off. $79, join that 14-day challenge. Use that discount code SAVE20. Okay. Now that we've established that, folks, but yeah, go to that link in my bio, a lot of goodies. Now that we've established that, here's the thing. Who would love to get their A1C to a 5.3? If you don't know how to join, that it's linked in my bio. So click right here and then click on my picture again. Click right here and then click on my picture again. Right? And then click on that link. It'll take you to my page there. Take you to my page. But all right. Now is the fun part, folks. A lot of people say they want to get their A1C to a 5.3. But here's the thing. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say they want to get their A1C to a 5.3. But a lot of people, when I tell them the work that they got to do, they'll be like, I thought it was something else, man. I thought you was going to give me like a magic pill or something. I thought you was going to give me like the latest and greatest like glipizide or something like that. Or the latest and greatest like metformin or something like that. Or the latest and greatest GLP-1. You didn't actually say that it was going to be some work involved, Kelley. Well, nothing in this life comes free, okay? Getting an A1C to a 5.3 is one of those. You're not going to get your A1C to a 5.3 naturally by just seeing if you can reach the bottom of the pill bottle. The bottom of the medication bottle, let's see if you can get to the bottom of that How quickly can I get to the bottom of that? That is going to get me to my dream A1C and keep it there. Folks, medication is designed to mask the symptoms, is to treat the symptoms, not the root cause. What did we say the root cause was? Oh yeah, insulin resistance. Folks, these are the only meds that you can prescribe to yourself. When it comes to getting your number to your A1C to a 5.3, the only person that can prescribe you these medications, same medication that I took, same medication that all of my clients take, this medication is called lifestyle medicine. It is the most powerful form of healing that there is, but it's the most neglected form of healing that there is. It's called lifestyle medicine. So here's what I believe. Here's what I believe, folks. I believe that it should always be lifestyle first, medication second. If you cannot fix it with the diet and lifestyle first, then we can talk about the medication. But it's always got to be lifestyle first, medication second. Okay? Your spouse can't prescribe you this medication. Your mom can't prescribe it. Your doctor can't prescribe it. The only person that can prescribe yourself this medication is you. You want to get your A1C to a 5.3. This is the medication that you're going to have to prescribe to yourself no matter what. Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. This is it. This is it. It's a formula. The first part of the formula, of the lifestyle medicine formula, the medicine that you got to prescribe to yourself to ever get your number back to a 5.3, is you got to have a peaceful mind. Ooh, stress management. Stress management is a monster. If you do, stress will shut down the whole thing. If you do not get your stress under control, stress management, it'll literally shut down the whole process. You could be working out, eating, sleeping, all that stuff. If you're stressed out, cortisol, talked about those hormones, it's the great equalizer. It's the great equalizer. It will nullify everything. It will nullify everything. Why? It's because when you get stressed, your body releases adrenaline. Your body releases cortisol. Your body releases stored blood sugar. Your body will release. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So when you're stressed, you automatically got high blood sugar. So where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So here's the thing about that. Who's getting on your nerves? Your mom, dad, mother-in-law, traffic. Figure it out who it is, and we got to put a stop to it. Because here's why. Here's what I want you to remember. I want you to jot this one down, folks. Nothing outside of me will disturb my peace. Write that one down. Nothing outside of me will disturb my peace. Jot that one down, folks. Here's the medication. Here's the prescription. There's a prescription in each of these areas. And in stress management, having a peaceful mind, here it is. It's called the 3 M's. 1, 2, 3. 3 M's. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. Those are the 3 M's, folks. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. That is the prescription in peaceful mind. Remember what I said. Nothing outside of me will disturb my peace. The next part of the lifestyle medicine formula. The medicine that you got to prescribe for yourself. It's a prescription, folks. It's just a new prescription. Probably the prescription you never heard of. It's called maintaining your pace, having a peaceful mind. And then this part of the prescription right here, having an active body. Woo! Now, this part of the prescription, people hate this part of the prescription. They like, Kelley, people actually ask me, is it possible to be allergic to activity? And the answer is no. It is not possible to be allergic to activity because human beings were designed to move. They're designed to move, folks. We're designed to be active. When human beings were created, there were no Netflix, okay? There was no YouTube. There was no TikTok, okay? There was none of that. There was no social media. It was people had to move, go out and do stuff and be active and get around. There were no cars. If you're suffering from high blood sugar, if you have high blood sugar, moving your body is going to be your best friend. Why? Because muscles love glucose. Muscles are hungry for the same stuff that we've got too much of. What is that? Oh yeah, blood sugar. So muscles are hungry for blood sugar. They're like vampires. So here's a prescription. An active body. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement, right? We're talking about the prescription. You're like, well, what's 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week? What does that look like? Well, 30 minutes of moderate intensive movement is like this. It could be a 10-minute walk after breakfast, a 10-minute walk after lunch, a 10-minute walk after dinner. That's 30 minutes of moderate intensive movement. Moderate intensive movement means if you're walking on, it means that you can talk, but you can't sing. That little gray area between talking and singing, let's just say if you're on a treadmill and you're still able to talk, like you're on a treadmill, you're still able to talk, but you shouldn't be able to. If you've gotten to the point where I can talk, but I can't sing, if you've gotten to that point, that's where you want to be. You can talk, but you cannot sing. That, folks, is what that is called moderate intensive movement. You give me 30 minutes of that, 5 days, 4 to 5 days a week of that, you're going to improve your insulin sensitivity because muscles love blood sugar. And shout out to someone for joining the 14-day challenge. Shout out to you. Shout out to you for joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Hope you use that discount code SAVE20. Shout out to you. Congratulations. Your blood sugar is never going to look the same again. All right. We talk about the next part of the formula. I said someone just joined the challenge, right? This is what we talk about. This is what we cover in the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What do we cover in the challenge? We just cover the C, clean eating, because it's 14 days. It's not enough time to give you all these other areas, stress management, activity. I can't teach you all that in 14 days. I can teach you how to start eating correctly, though, in 14 days to get your blood sugar under control. Clean eating is the most important one. Like I said before, there's a lot of things. Remember what I said earlier? There's a lot of things that could be hurting your health. You guys remember that, right? I said there's a lot of things that could be causing you to have high blood sugar. But I said it's predominantly what you're eating. Remember I said that? Yeah. Clean eating is no joke, folks. Here's the thing I want you to write this one down. Jot this one down. Jot this one down. Think I'm going to get my A1C to 5.3. Jot this one down. Here it is. If you don't remember anything that I tell you from this live, just remember this. And just, if you'll never see me again from a hole in the wall, remember this, that when the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. I'm going to say that one again so you can make sure you write it down correctly. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. Clean eating. Eat real, whole, unprocessed foods. Very controversial topic, though, by the way. Very controversial. What is clean eating? Here's the prescription. Eat clean or eat real, whole, unprocessed foods as much as predominantly eat real, whole, unprocessed foods and leaner sources of protein. So what do I mean? Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, aka beans, and whatever protein you choose, right? Because it's a protein, whatever protein is, nutrition is a very, very controversial topic, folks, by the way. Super controversial. But here it is. Leaner sources of protein. So whether it's chicken, turkey, things like fish, tofu, tempeh, steak, or eggs, whatever you choose to eat, just make sure that it's the leaner sources. Not the processed proteins, not processed foods. Things like bacon, folks. Things like even bacon, right? Bacon, sausage, turkey sausage, all of that stuff. All the deli meats, that's called group 1 carcinogens. You do not want to eat a group 1 carcinogen, folks. I promise you. Look it up. What's a group 1 carcinogen? You don't want to eat those. Hot dogs, sausages, and for my Louisiana folks, I know I'm going to get a lot of love for this one. But for my Louisiana folks, boudin, folks, is not clean eating. Okay? Crawfish, not clean eating. We call them mud bugs for a reason. Okay? So that's the C. We'll come back to the C, though. We'll come back. We'll spend some more time on the C. I promise you we will. But the last part of the lifestyle medicine formula is this. And it is called effective sleep. That's the part of the lifestyle medicine formula, folks. That's part of the lifestyle medicine formula. Effective sleep. People are like, well, what the hell does sleep have to do with anything, Kelley? Well, a sleep has a hell of a lot to do with a whole hell of a lot of everything. Sleep. You're like, well, why does sleep have anything to do with it? Well, if you don't get enough sleep, 6 to 9 hours, here's the prescription, by the way. 6 to 9 hours of effective sleep. That's the prescription. What's effective sleep? When you wake up feeling rejuvenated, when you wake up feeling refreshed, when you wake up feeling like, when you wake up without an alarm clock, you know that feeling when you wake up without an alarm clock and you just feel refreshed? You just wake up. If you wake up without an alarm clock, you just wake up and you feel refreshed. That's called effective sleep. It's when your brain recovers. It's when your brain uses the most blood when you sleep. Your brain is the organ that takes up all of the blood when you sleep. Most of the blood, not all of the blood. Okay? When you sleep. Why? It's because it's restoring everything. It's restarting everything. It's like putting everything back in order, your memories and compartmentalizing things and everything. Trillions of cells are going, neurons are going firing. So if you don't get enough effective sleep, that is going to cause you to be stressed. And if you're stressed, remember what we said, what happens when you're stressed? Oh yeah. They can cancel each other out. Watch this. If you don't get enough effective sleep, watch this. That is going to cause you to be stressed. And when you're stressed, what do we say happens? Cortisol gets released, adrenaline gets released, stored blood sugar gets released. What else gets released? Where blood sugar goes, right? Remember what I said? Insulin follows. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So you could be working out like a champ. You could be eating good. You could be like, yo, Kelley, because a lot of people come to me all the time about weight loss and all of that. Maybe they can't get their numbers right. They can't get their numbers right. Maybe they can't lose the weight. Maybe, their blood sugar, whatever. They say, hey, I'm moving my body, man. Hey, I'm clean eating, man. Hey, why am I not losing the weight? I said, well, let's check out how you're sleeping. They were like, well, I may be a little bit stressed at work. My wife's stressing me out. My husband's stressing me out. Somebody's stressing me. The kids are stressing me out. So the lack of sleep, you say, I'm not getting enough sleep. So that in turn is going to cause you to be stressed, where the domino effect starts. So that's how you can cancel everything out. They can cancel each other out. Most powerful form of healing that there is, folks, but they can cancel each other out. To get your number back to a 5.3, here's what you got to do. You got to maintain, here's what you got to do to get your number to 5.3. You got to prescribe yourself some medication. But the only person that can prescribe yourself this medication is you. The doctor can't prescribe it. Your mom can't prescribe it. Your spouse can't prescribe it. The only person that can prescribe yourself this medication is you. And what's the medication, Kelley? Well, the medication is this. It's called maintaining your pace. Always going to ask you. If I see you and you be like, Kelley, I can't lose the weight. I can't do this. I can't do that. I'll be like, well, how are you maintaining your pace? Talk to me about that. Everybody has the ability to do this. Everybody has the ability to maintain their pace. But most people just don't want to. Most people just don't want to maintain their pace. Most people don't want to get their number under control like they say that they do. Most people aren't tired enough yet of the high blood sugar. Most people aren't tired enough yet of the neuropathy. Because here's the thing. How do I know this? Whenever I go to the VA, I used to be in the military, and a lot of people ask me, hey, Kelley, well, how did you lose the weight? How did you reverse your diabetes? If you're the diabetes guy, I go around and do some classes at the VA, talk to the people at the VA. And I see a lot of people at the VA, Veterans Affairs, that don't have, their legs are amputated. And you would think that their legs are amputated from the war. Since we're at the VA, it would only make sense that you got your leg amputated from the war, right? The war that you were in back in like Nam or something. Operation Iraqi Freedom or Desert Storm, right? Like, nah. Actually, it's from type 2 diabetes. It's from insulin resistance. It's from having a high blood sugar. And I said, wow, that's very, very interesting. So most people at the VA they have their, I'm talking about legs. If they have their legs, most of the time you see a lot of people with their legs amputated. It is not, some of them are, but most of them are due to the war with type 2 diabetes, the war with insulin resistance. And I tell them, what do they have to, they ask me, what do I have to do, Kelley? And I tell them, this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to prescribe yourself these medications: having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, and effective sleep. Do you know that people are out of there so quickly? People are out of there. They do not want to talk to me anymore. They were like, Kelley, I thought you was going to give me like say something like a new pill or some experiment that people are just taking this magic drug and they're getting better. They're getting their life back. No. It's called showing up, doing the work, and doing it again tomorrow. That's the only way that you're going to get your number to a 5.3. It's just a continuous cycle to maintain your pace all day, every day, maintaining your pace. You fall off the wagon, you get yourself back on, and you start maintaining your pace. You fall off the wagon for a little bit, you get back on, and you be like, I got to get back and I got to start maintaining my pace. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. You keep doing that day in and day out, day in and day out. Your number will get back to a 5.3. Most people have the ability to do this. They just don't have enough reasons. Everybody has the ability. If you are insulin resistant, here's how you can tell. You can go to the doctor and you can get, if you want to know if you can get your number back to a 5.3, if you can get your number, if you can reverse type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, here's what you can do. You can go to the doctor and you can get what's called a C-peptide test. You go get a C-peptide test. This test, it'll end like the whole conversation. You just go put some cold hard facts on somebody. You can go to your doctor and say, hey, doctor, can you give me a C-peptide? I'm going to put it over here. Can you give me a C-peptide? This is a special test. It's not a test that they're not going to give you this test right off the rip. Like, you got to go and like you got to request it. They're going to probably give you a little hell about it though. Because it's a special test. They probably like, how you know about that test? C-peptide. Yeah. C-peptide says that if your number comes back within range, you can in fact reverse type 2 diabetes, which most people can. It's called the C-peptide test. That'll end the conversation of all conversations. Like, there's nothing left to say. It's like a mic drop moment. Like, I've got this mic right here. Mic drop moment. You go get a C-peptide test, and if it comes back within range, which most people does, it is a mic drop moment. It is a Will Smith slapping the mess out of Chris Rock at the Oscars type of mic drop. Okay? When your C-peptide test comes back within range. So you know what that means? That means the ball is in your court. That means that the only thing left is for you to show up and do the work. What work? Oh yeah, this work. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. That's it, folks. This is the lifestyle medicine formula. And I'll give you the honorable mention, which is substance abuse. Substance abuse. Alcohol, if you're suffering from insulin resistance, folks, alcohol is not your friend. It is not your friend. Cigarettes, if you're suffering from insulin resistance, is not your friend. Okay? There's certain medications, also other medications that can cause you to be insulin resistant, things like steroids, you know? And so I get that one. But here's the thing, folks. If this is making sense to y'all, on the work that you got to do to get your number back to a 5.3, and if you can go get yourself a C-peptide test, it's a special test that the doctor's just not going to give you. You got to go request the test. It's like a super special test. Kind of like when you go get your testosterone test. Checked. They're not going to give it to you just right over there. You got to go request it. But the doctor's probably going to be shocked. And how the hell you know about a C-peptide test? I'm like, oh. Because if it comes back within range, all you got to do is do the work. And after a while, you do that work, you won't be their patient anymore. You will not be their patient anymore. Because why? It's because you became your own doctor. Because all the doctor was doing, I love the doctors. Doctors are great when we need them. But most people don't need them. Most people just need to do this. Most people, type 2 diabetes, folks, insulin resistance is a lifestyle related condition related to your lifestyle. This lifestyle right here. You change your lifestyle, you change your habits in these areas, the insulin resistance will go away, diabetes, erectile dysfunction, you'll be back. You'll be like, if you had erectile dysfunction, you'll be like, I'm back. Just be standing in the mirror like, I'm back. I've been gone for a while, but I'm back. Now, is this going to be easy? No, it's not easy. It's hard. That's why most people won't do it. That's why most people won't do it. It's because it's hard. It ain't easy. Again, it's not easy. That's why people at the VA, That's when I tell them what they got to do. They be like, Kelley, peace, bro. I don't ever want to talk to you again in my life. I don't ever want to talk to you again, man. I'm gone. They called my name. Oh, that's my number. Peace. I don't want to talk to you again, guy. You're talking about making lifestyle changes. Nah, bro. I thought you was talking about a new metformin. I thought you was talking about metformin 2.0. I thought you was talking about glipicides 3.0, the new glipicide. That's what I thought you were talking about. Like, nah. You can take medication until you're blue in the face. You can take glipicides until you're blue until you can take metformin until you all the versions until you're blue in the face, because all you're doing is treating the symptom. You're not getting down to the root cause of it, which is right here. This is how you eliminate insulin resistance, folks. You go get yourself a C-peptide test. You prescribe yourself this medication, especially the C. You prescribe yourself that medication, and your doctor is going to lose you as a patient. Eventually. Sometimes in a very short period of time. Depending on how serious you are about it, depending on how dedicated you are to it. But even though this is hard, you're going to have to do it hard. You're going to have to show up. You have to do the work. You have to do it again tomorrow. When something doesn't work, there's always another solution. When you've been trying and trying and trying and trying for years and you still haven't gotten your number down, you've been trying and trying and trying for many years. When something doesn't work, which something hasn't worked, you've been trying, it hasn't worked, there is always another solution. If plan A fizzles out, just sign up for plan B. If plan A fizzles out, just sign up for plan B. Let that one shine. Let plan B shine. This one right here is going to be your plan A plus, 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 plus. This one's never going to fail, that plan. So let me show you where all this stuff is, folks. If you want to know more about this, if you want to know where this masterclass is, or if you want to know where the quiz is, here it is right here. Do me a favor, folks. Click right here. Click on my picture again, and I'm going to show y'all where the masterclass is. Right here. Click right here. Click on my picture again. It is a free masterclass where I break down, like I said, go take the quiz. If you haven't taken the quiz, if you're new, go take the quiz. Go take the masterclass right here. Masterclass is right here. So if this is making sense to y'all, folks, put a healthy yes in the chat. Put a healthy yes in the chat if this is making sense to y'all on the work that you got to do. And here's the work right here. Put a healthy yes. Here's the work right here. 45-minute masterclass, absolutely free. Like if you don't have 45 minutes to spare for your health, if you say that you want to get your numbers back, if you don't have 45 minutes for that, then I promise you, you're not most people aren't as serious as they say that they are. I'm for real. I'll just keep it real with you. I'm wearing a Show Enough shirt. Like I'm keeping it real. Okay? Most people don't want it as badly as they say that they do. If you have 45 minutes to watch a masterclass, what you'll learn on the lifestyle medicine formula, where I break down each area. Peaceful mind, give you tactics. Active body, give you tactics. Clean eating, giving you tactics. The E, effective sleep, I'm giving you tactics in each of these areas. It's a free masterclass. All you got to pay is attention. Here's the masterclass right here. Right here. Click that link in my bio, and it's right here. It'll take you right here. There's where the masterclass is. It is a free masterclass, folks. But for my folks who are ready for serious change, you've gotten to the point where change isn't just desired, where you say, listen, I've been struggling with this condition for a very long time, and I don't know what else to do. I'm stuck. And I want to get unstuck. If you're stuck and you want to get unstuck, if you would like to get unstuck, put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat if you'd like to get unstuck out of these areas in your life so you can get your A1C moving. Put it to a 5, back down to a, start getting your stuff back down to a 5.3, the ideal range. Put a me in the chat if that's what you want to do. If you purchased the 14-day challenge and you never started, all you got to do is just go log in. That's all you got to do. You don't need to re-register. You just go log in. You probably got to reset your password if you forgot, but that's all you got to do. Just go log in and get started. If you've done it before. Yeah, a lot of people said that they're ready. They want to do what it takes. Here's what it is. If you're ready to do what it takes to get your A1C back to a 5.3, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If that's what you want, if that's what you say, enough's enough, I'm ready for change, I'm ready for action, I'm ready to get this thing under control. If that's you, you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What is it? It is a 14-day blueprint that says if you follow this blueprint for 14 days, all we're doing is the C, clean eating. I don't have time to teach you everything else. I don't have time in 14 days to show you how to have a peaceful mind or an active body or clean eating. I've got other programs for that. Effective sleep. I've got other programs for that. But for the 14-day challenge, that is to show you, the point of the 14-day challenge is to show you what can happen in as little as 14 days. People are accepting the challenge. If you've accepted the challenge, it's $99 to join the challenge. Now, there's been many people who have joined this challenge. Let's see. Somebody said that they had joined the challenge earlier. Let's see. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Again, it is a blueprint that says if you follow this blueprint, here it is. I'm on day 12. There it is. How's everything going, Bridget? You're on day 12. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to pin it. There it is. She's on day 12 of the 14-day challenge. She's switching over to phase 2, probably. Yeah, she is. She's on day 12. So how's everything going in that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge? Clean eating. This is what I mean in clean eating. In the 14-day challenge, I'm going to show you how to do clean eating. What is it? Real, whole, unprocessed foods. That's clean eating. Fruits. Well, we don't do fruits on the 14-day challenge. Fruit later, but not doing the challenge. The challenge is to show you if you lock in for 14 days and do exactly what you need to do. For 14 days, you are going to get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster. It is a nutrition blueprint. Fruit, vegetables, forget about the fruit, that's later. Vegetables, nuts, seeds, things like legumes, beans you're going to be eating. What else? Chicken, turkey, whatever protein source you choose. Tofu, tempeh, steak, eggs, whatever. It's all there. These are the foods you're going to be eating, real food. You know what we're doing in that 14-day challenge? I'm just going to show you how to eat it correctly. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to show you how to eat it correctly. I'm going to show you how to eat it correctly. If you eat the food correctly, you will get the results. You lock in for 14 days. There's been many people who have joined this challenge. Well, there's been many people who have joined the challenge and not completed the challenge because it's a challenge, folks. I'm taking you outside of your comfort zone. Taking you outside of your comfort zone for 14 days. It's going to be hardcore. Okay? It's going to be different than anything that you've done. But here's the thing. Everything that you want and don't have is on the other side of something hard. Everything that you want and don't have is on the other side of something hard. Did you know that? If you want to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, use that discount code SAVE20. It's normally $99 to join that challenge, but you use that discount code to SAVE20. You join the challenge. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $79. 20% off the live. That is the live discount code. While I'm live, you go to that link, use the discount code SAVE20. You join the challenge, $79 instead of $99. Do you need a C-peptide if you just had an insulin level done? Not necessarily, no. If you just had your insulin, they're kind of like the same test. If you've had your insulin levels done, what did it come back? Did it come back that you were within range, or you got too? What did the insulin test say? That's a better question. But it's either or. You can do one or the other. You don't need to do both. All right, you're quite welcome. What you mean clean eating? I can't work due to disability. I'm currently waiting to get approved, so I don't have money to. It's not about the money. There's a lot of free stuff on my page. There's a quiz. There's a free PDF. There's a free masterclass like I just talked about. All you got to pay is attention. Like I said, there's a lot of people that said that they're ready, but in the masterclass is free. All you got to pay is attention. That's it. Rough estimate 14-day challenge, food balance amounts. What do you mean food balance amount? Food balance is you eat when you're hungry. You eat when your body, this is the food balance. You eat when your body tells you to go. You eat when your body tells you to eat. That's the balance. But we're following the blueprint. We're following a blueprint, same blueprint that I use, same blueprint that all of my clients use. You've worked with me before. You've gone through the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Everybody goes through it. Now, after the challenge, we'll start getting a little bit more specific, right? That's called beyond the challenge. It's for people who want a complete transformation. You want a complete transformation. The 2 weeks is just going to show you the power of what can happen in as little as 14 days. The change in your blood sugar in as little as 14 days if you lock in and eat the correct foods. After that, that's true transformation. You hang out with me for another 8 weeks. We'll hang out for 10 weeks altogether, about close to 3 months. I got you. Is oatmeal good for diabetics? No, it's not. Especially not in the morning. You can eat it. You just got to know how to eat it correctly. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but if you eat it incorrectly, it can be very bad for you, especially if you eat it in the morning. Going to get blood work on Thursday. Fantastic. Last A1C was a 9.6. Okay, that's a little bit high, a little bit higher on the high end. We want to bring that down a good 4.5 points. We want to get that thing to about a 5.3. If you've gotten to the point where your A1C is at a 9.6, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Like I said, there's been people who have dropped their A1C in as little as 14 days by 2 points, from an 8 to a 6. A lot of people say, you can't lower your A1C in 14 days. Yeah, try me. Okay? Yeah, it takes 3 months to see the overall picture. But hang out with me for 14 days, and we'll put that to the test. Anybody, I'll challenge. Anybody can challenge me to that. It could be a doctor, it could be a chemist, it could be whoever. It could be the world's most renowned scientist, whoever. I don't care. You give me 2 weeks, we're going to get that blood sugar right. I promise you. Because it's about Mother Nature. Nature has the last say. Like nature has the last say. Not a scientist, not a doctor. Nature does. You give your body the natural foods that it needs, it will naturally heal itself. I promise you it will. Try me. Going to get blood work. Okay. Thank you for your live. Thank you for attending my live. I have been faithful since day one. There you go, Bridget. If you're on day 12, you're going to go get your blood work done. You've been faithful since day one. I promise you. You go get that blood work done. I'm pretty sure you're already seeing some results. You go get that blood sugar done. You're on day 12 with this 14-day challenge. You're already feeling energetic. I know you told me that. By the end, you gonna get your numbers done Thursday? I know mine. I know it's changed. I feel the difference. You feel different. There it is. You feel different. I know you do. Insulin level insulin level was 19.3. A1C was insulin level 19.3. Oh my, wow. That A1C was a 6.4. Now insulin and an A1C was a 5. Yeah, 19.3 is insane. Wow, that means that your body was producing so much insulin that it's not even funny. It should be between 2 and 5. Yours is at a 19.3. That's insane. Wow, that's insane. Yeah. Wow. I'm still. That's some high numbers. I'm a little taken back by that. Those are some high numbers, but I'm good. I'm glad it's all coming down. Now your insulin is an 8 and your A1C is at a 5.9. Man, shout out to you. That's amazing. Okay, your energy's up and you've lost 6 pounds. Okay, I love it. Your energy is up and you have lost 6 pounds in the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You're day 12. You're on day 12. That's amazing results. 14 days. 12 days you're on. You got day 12 today. 13 is tomorrow. 14 is Wednesday. Thursday, you're going to the doctor. Ooh, I cannot wait to find out what these results are after the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But if this is making sense to y'all folks on the work that you got to do, like I said, one more time, put a healthy yes in the chat. I want to make sure that y'all got this before we move on. Are there any questions on anything related to the lifestyle medicine formula? Remember where you can get the formula? You can get that formula. It's linked in my bio. It's absolutely free. All you got to do is pay attention. Let's go register for that. Click right up here. Click on my picture again. Go register for it. And you're in there. You're in there. You're just joining us. If you are just joining us, you should go click that link in my description. Go register for the quiz. It's a cool 2-minute quiz to understand and learn your diabetes management style. Joan, I'd love for you to stay, but we'll catch you. We'll catch you around. We'll catch you around. I'm here every day, Monday through Friday. I'm here. Thank you for the daily heart rate. Any questions on this? Okay, no questions. Yeah. So if you're just joining us, my name's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. Very first thing to do, go take the quiz right here. Click right up here. Click on my picture again. Go register for this quiz. Because now we're getting ready to talk about all things clean eating. Clean eating is on the way. Right here. Check it out. You click here. You click on my picture again. You click that link right there. For my other socials as well. If you're on my other social, I'm on all the socials, folks. I'm across the world. Click that link in my description. You'll see it. And so it should be a link there. Click that link, and you're going to come to something that looks like this. That's what it's going to look like. There's a quiz. Go take that quiz. The masterclass, go register for that masterclass. It's a free masterclass. PDF, that's all free. And then finally, this one, though, is the big one. This one is the only thing that I got to charge you for. Why? It's because it's real people getting real results in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. All right? Real people getting real results. As you can see, Bridget is telling her she's on day 12. Real people getting real results. There's been some amazing stories. I'm telling you. People go to the doctor before, get their results, and then they come back and like she's getting ready to go to the doctor on Thursday, and then they come back and there's some amazing results. There's some amazing results. Low blood sugar, it's all the same, right? We just got to get it balanced. We got to balance your blood sugar. Yeah, so I help people with low blood sugar as well. If you're having issues with high blood sugar, low blood sugar, it's unstable, you on that roller coaster? If you're on that roller coaster, you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, right? There's a reason that it's low, right? Join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Click right here. It's normally $99. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's the normal price, $99 for a nutrition blueprint. But if you use that live discount code, SAVE20, SAVE20, you're joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for 20% off. $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you are suffering from insulin resistance, if you have high blood sugar and you're tired of high blood sugar, if that is you, if you're raising your hand and say, Kelley, I got high blood sugar. I'm tired of the high blood sugar. I'm tired of the metformins and the Manjaros and all that stuff. I'm tired of all that. I can't afford all that stuff. That stuff's expensive. I can't afford all that stuff. Okay. Well, let's nip it in the bud right now. If that's you, if you're struggling with all of that stuff, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here. $99, you join that challenge. You use the discount code SAVE20. $79, you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where you're going to get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster. Where, like I said before, when the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. That's what we cover in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. I'm going to show you the power of nutrition. I'm going to show you the power of When you eat the real food, you give your body in as little as 14 days, your body will say thank you and it will run with it. It's what I've been looking for. It's what I've been waiting on. I've been waiting on you to give me the right food that I needed. I've been waiting on that. Now, as a result, I'm going to pay you back. I'm going to fix myself in as little as, I'm going to start fixing myself in as little as 14 days. Are you going to get your A1C to a 5.3 in 14 days? No, you're not. If your A1C is like a 9.7, like somebody said, you're going to get your A1C to a 5.3 in 14 days? No, you're not. But what you are going to do is you're going to get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster. There's been many people who have dropped their A1C 1.5 points, 2 points in 14 days. They go to the doctor and they get it done. I'm not the doctor. I can't prescribe that to you. I can't prescribe you or take you off of your medication. That's not my job. I can't do that. I don't have a medical license. But what I can do, I am certified in nutrition though, but what I can do is show you how to eat. All we're doing is changing what you're eating. That's it. Changing what's at the end of your fork. You do that, I promise you, your blood sugar will never be the same. I want to join the challenge. If you want to join the challenge, you click right up here. You click on my picture again. And and when you get to that link, click that link, and you use that discount code to save 20. Save 20, the live discount code. You're joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, 20% off. $79 to join that quiz. Okay, I think I already took the quiz. Okay, you already took it? How do I join? Right here. Show it to you. Click right up here, and then we're gonna start talking all things clean eating, top of the hour. Top of the hour, all things clean eating. Click right here, click on my picture again. Here it is. If you want to join that challenge, a lot of people saying they want to join that challenge. If that's you. If you're ready for change, you ready to join that challenge? Like so many, almost 300 people have joined this challenge, by the way. Coming up on 300 people. You click right here. There it is. You click accept the challenge. There it is. $99 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code, live discount code, save 20. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, $79. Let's see. Okay, no more questions. Any other questions before we go to the next thing? Next thing is we're going to talk about clean eating, folks. Clean eating. Like, what the hell's clean eating? Anybody ever say like, hey, you just need to eat clean. You need to do some clean eating. But what the hell is that? Or who's ever wanted to lose some weight per se? Who's ever wanted to lose some weight and they say that you've got to count your calories, you got to weigh your food, you got to do all that stuff? Who hates doing all that? Who hates doing all that stuff? Put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat if you hate counting the calories. They say you got to lose some weight, but you hate weighing your food, but you hate doing all of that stuff. Put a me in the chat. And let me get some water because we've been at it for a little over an hour and a half. We've been at it. I put me a little mineral salt in here this morning with a little bit of lemon. Woo! And some high pH water. Delicious. Wow. Okay. You hate it. Why do you hate it is the question. Why do you hate counting all these calories? Because it's tedious. But what if there were a different way? What if there were a different way to do it? What if you say, I can lose the weight, but I never have to count calories, I never have to weigh food, I never have to do any of that again? Who would love that? Who would love to never have to count calories and weigh food and do all that stuff again? Not have to worry about your weight, not have to lose the weight if that's what you want to do. You'll lower your A1C, all of that stuff, man. Just like I did. When I lost the weight, check it out. When I lost the weight, when I lowered my A1C, when I was no longer a diabetic, look, there it is right here. There it is over there. So if you can see it over here on both cameras. That's, folks, I didn't count a single calorie. Here it is. When I was eating all the food, I didn't count the calories, of course. I was eating whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, however I wanted. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Show it on both cameras. Here's the thing. I didn't count a single calorie. I didn't weigh my food not one time. I didn't weigh my food not one time. Why? It's because I followed this clean eating plate. You don't have to worry about counting calories, folks. I lost about 70 pounds. I didn't count a single calorie or weigh my food not one time. I got many clients. None of them count their calories. We've lost hundreds of pounds. Nobody's ever counted a single calorie. Not a single calorie. Nobody's ever counted. If you get caught counting calories, you're out of here, bro. Like, you're out of the group. You're out of the community. You're counting calories. You're gone. We don't count calories. We just do the work. And here's the work. The work is understanding this clean eating plate. Here it is. This is the different way. You don't have to count calories, folks. You don't have to weigh your food unless you just really want to, unless you're just bored. You want to lose the weight? You ain't got to count no calories. You want to lose the weight? You don't have to weigh your food. Unless, again, you just really enjoy doing that. Most people do not. Instead, let's do this. Let's follow this rule. It's called the 50-25-25 plate. 50%, 25, 25. You're like, well, 50% what, Kelley? What do you mean 50% of what? 50% non-starchy veggies. 50%, you fill your plate with 50% non-starchy veggies, folks. Things like carrots, mushrooms, broccoli, cucumbers, cauliflower, asparagus. These are non-starchy veggies. Now, there's a whole list of these things, but these are just some of them. These are some of the non-starchy veggies. But you can make a big, beautiful stir fry over here, or get yourself a nice green salad like mustard greens, collard greens, turnip greens, cabbage, like whatever you prefer. Whatever greens you prefer, arugula, kale, spinach. These are non-starchy veggies. Fill your plate with 50% of that. Okay. The next one is protein. Protein and fats. 25% proteins and fats. Well, what kind of proteins? Well, like we talked about earlier, leaner sources of proteins. This is clean eating, folks. Leaner sources of protein. So whatever you prefer. Like I said, I don't tell people what protein to eat anymore. This is a very, very controversial topic. Okay? But whether it's chicken, whether it's turkey, whether it's lamb, whether it's a steak, whether it's eggs, whether it's tofu, tempeh, fish, make sure it's the leaner sources. Like that. Do not eat, folks, I'm going to repeat, do not eat processed meats, processed proteins. Things like bacon, salami, sausages, hot dogs. Okay? Don't compete against Joey Chestnut at the 4th of July hot dog eating contest. Do not eat hot dogs, folks. These are group 1 carcinogens. Group 1 carcinogens have been known. What is a group 1 carcinogen? It says that this thing that you're about to eat has been known to cause cancer. That's what a group 1 carcinogen is. They said that you can't say that word on here, but we're going to put it to the test. Okay? Group 1 carcinogens have been known to cause, they're known to cause cancer. That is what a group 1 carcinogen is. You can look it up. And that is what processed meats are. Things like bacon, salami, pepperonis, hot dogs, sausages, turkey bacon. Okay? It's all group 1 carcinogens. Stay away from those. Boudin, stay away from my Louisiana folks. Boudin, folks, is not clean eating. Fats, healthy fats, avocados, nuts and seeds. The only 3 approved oils. Jot these down, folks. Jot this one down in your little notepad. The only 3 approved oils, folks, are these: avocado, coconut, olive. Avocado, coconut, and olive. These 3 oils, folks. Avocado, coconut, or olive. If it ain't avocado, if it ain't coconut, if it ain't olive, man, throw it out. Throw it out, all the way out. If it ain't any of those 3 oils. Chia seeds are good. Those are healthy fats. Pistachios, those are healthy fats. Like I said, avocados. Things that are not healthy fats are things like dairy. Dairy, contrary to popular belief, folks, is not a healthy fat. Okay? Dairy, cheese, all that stuff is not a healthy fat. It tastes delicious. Yeah, your taste buds love it. But the rest of your body is going to hate it. Okay. The last 25%. The last 25%. Carbs, and I'm going to put fruit over here as well. And then I'm going to put a little down arrow. This down arrow is telling me something. It's a rule that you got to obey. Now, what kind of carbs? Well, whatever kind of carbs that you want. If you follow this rule, you can pretty much have whatever kind of carbs you want. Not the refined carbs, though. Not things like Ho-Ho Twinkies and Ding Dongs. I'm not giving you the green light, folks, to go eat Little Debbie snack cakes. I'm not saying those kind of carbohydrates you can have. I'm saying whole unprocessed carbs. Things like rice, what kind of rice? Brown rice, white rice, black rice, wild rice. As long as you obey this specific rule, you can have pretty much whatever kind of rice that you want. Potatoes, quinoa, farro, millet, things like that. Those are whole unprocessed. What did I say? Yeah. And if you want to do pasta, make sure it's the things like the single ingredient pasta, things like chickpea pasta or lentil pasta. Maybe those single ingredient pastas. Not the one where you can take it, the old school pasta where you can take it and you can just throw it against the wall. You'll be like, hey, is it done? I don't know. Take one out and throw it against the wall and see if it sticks. If it sticks, it's done. Don't eat that. That's not the kind of pasta I'm talking about. Don't eat that pasta. Things like chickpea pasta or lentil pasta, much better options. Fruit, lower glycemic index fruits. You can have whatever kind of fruit you want as long as you're obeying these rules. Again, I'm going to specify. You got to obey these rules. But preferably lower glycemic index fruits. Things like berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, all these different types of these types of berries. Kiwis, peaches, pears. These are lower glycemic index fruits. Higher glycemic index fruits: bananas, grapes, mangoes, watermelon. What else? Bananas. Especially bananas. Okay. Those are higher glycemic index fruits. So here's the thing. You eat like this, folks. You obey this very specific rule. What do you mean you can go down, but you can't go up? Here's what I mean. I mean that you can make your life so simple, folks, that you can go get yourself one of these. You can make your life so easy. Instead of counting all the calories, you're welcome. Instead of counting all the calories, weighing all the food and doing all that crazy nonsense, check it out. You can go get yourself one of these plates. Look, does that not make sense? Does that not look familiar? Look at that. 50, 25, 25. 50, 25, 25. Look at that. You can take this plate with you everywhere. Look at that. Isn't that slick? Isn't that cool, folks? You can make losing weight so fun, so easy, so effortlessly. So with little effort, let me say that. Effortlessly is a harder word to say. I'm just going to say with little effort. Get yourself one of these plates. It's called a clean eating plate. And where can you get yourself one of these plates? These are the best plates I've seen. Look, they're thick, they're durable. Look at that. Man, you can throw this thing like a frisbee. You can actually turn this thing. You can do dual purpose on this thing. Not only can you lose weight and get your blood sugar back to where you need it to be, you can play frisbee with it. You can throw it with your dog. Like, hey, dog, my doggy, go play frisbee with your dog. This is a dual. You might have some teeth marks on it, but it's a dual plate. Sweet potato is considered a carbohydrate. Yes, it is a vegetable, though. But yes, ultimately, yes, it is a vegetable, but it's going to go in the carbohydrate section. It's not a non-starchy veggie. It's a starchy veggie, right? But yes, it is a vegetable. Get yourself one of these plates. Where can you get them? You get these plates out of my TikTok showcase. You're like, well, where's your TikTok showcase, Kelley? Well, my TikTok showcase is here. Here's where my TikTok showcase is. Can a challenge be done with intermittent fasting? And well, I'm going to change the whole game on you. We're going to get to intermittent fasting, but I'm going to change the whole game on you. It's a system that you follow, 14 days. You follow the system. You can go back to intermittent fasting if you want to after that, but we got something different for you. But anyhow, where are the plates? Here's where the plates are, folks. Here's where the plates are. Right here. They're in my showcase. They're in my showcase right there. Look, boom. There's my showcase. If you're on TikTok, they're in my showcase. If you're on my other socials, I don't have those on my other socials, but I do have it in my TikTok. You coming over to my TikTok, you can get yourself one of these plates. Look at these plates right here. It's called a clean eating plate right here. Look, 13. It's like 13, 14 bucks. This plate will change the whole game on you. You may say, hey, Kelley, like, listen, man, I ain't ready for your 14-day challenge yet, man, because that sounds kind of extreme. Like I'm not ready to get my blood sugar in check like that night right now. I'm still kind of like dipping my toe in the water. If you're still kind of like dipping your toe in the water when it comes to your health, okay, great. You just want to take it easy. Like, I know I'm suffering real bad, but I still just want to take it easy. If you want to do that, you can go get yourself one of these plates. You don't have to join the challenge. Just get yourself one of these plates and follow along on this game. Right? Because not everybody's at that point where they're ready for action, like 100%, like go all the way in. Not everybody's ready. Not everybody's there yet, and I get it. I understand that there's different levels of suffering. There is different levels. There's people who have been suffering for a very long time, for many years, and they'll say, I'll do anything. I'll do any daggone thing to get rid of this pain. Whether that's changing my lifestyle, I'll do it. Then there's other people that say, I ain't there yet, man. I'm in pain, but I'm not in that enough pain yet when I'm ready to go all in. Either way, there's something on my page for you. You can go take the quiz. You can go register for the masterclass. That's all free stuff. You can go get yourself a plate. It's like 13 bucks to go get a plate. You get like 5 plates with this thing. 5 plates coming in. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All different kind of colors. Go get yourself some. But for my folks who are ready for serious change, for my folks who have said, I am seriously ready for change. I've gotten to the point where I've done this for too long. I am ready to get outside of my comfort zone. I am ready to do something a little bit. I'm ready to tear up that old script and live my life totally different. because I've seen that other people have done it. Other people have reversed this condition. So if they've done it, then why can't I? If you've gotten to that point where you say that you've seen other people who have done it, you've heard the stories, maybe you've heard rumors, or maybe you think like maybe your doctor knows, but they won't tell you, okay, what it really is. For those people who are ready for serious change to get outside of their comfort zone, you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You've had insulin resistance for many, many years, and you don't know what to do. You tried every medication on the block. You tried all the metformin that you can possibly try, and you got into the bottom of that metformin bottle, and you looked for more, and nothing. You turned it over like, I need more metformin. And you've tried and tried and tried, and nothing has worked. If that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you are tired, only if you are tired of this high blood sugar, you're tired of it, you can do something about it. Human beings are the only ones that can tear up our own script, tear up that script and live our lives totally different. You can do something about it. Every roadblock is just a detour sign pointing you to a better route. Every roadblock that you've faced up until this point, it's just a detour sign pointing you in a better direction, pointing you to a better route. If you're ready to join, if you are ready for change, folks, you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where is it? It's right here. 14-day blueprint. You follow this blueprint, 14 days is a nutrition blueprint. If you're ready to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, you're ready to get off the bottomless pit of more and more medication. If you're ready to tear up that old script, more and more medication, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, which many people have done. If you are ready for change, that's you. Click right here, $99 to join that 14-day challenge. Use that discount code, SAVE20. You're going to save 20% off, and you're going to join the challenge for $79. I promise you, your life will never be the same. I promise you, your blood sugar will never be the same. If you show up and you do the work, you're dedicated, you give it 100%, you'll get yourself off of that roller coaster. The choice is in your hand. Like I said, you can tear up your script. You can tear it up right now. You can tear that old script up and be like, that ain't me. I'm going to live my life totally different. I know people have reverse type 2 diabetes. Kelley is one of them. He's one of the people who have done it. I saw his pictures. He was a pretty healthy guy. He was a pretty hefty. He was a pretty chunky guy. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity. I showed you the pictures. If I can do it, and I'm just a regular Joe, if I'm just a regular Joe, why can't you do it? If you're a regular Joe like me, why can't you do it? Yeah, everybody has the ability to do it. You just got to have enough reasons. So let's see. Let's get to these questions. I want to join the challenge. I want you to join the challenge. Thank you. You're quite welcome. Sorry, I missed to join. Is sweet potato considered a vegetable? Yeah, got that one. Can the challenge be done with intermittent fasting? I got that one already. Yes. We're going to flip the whole game. Let me be the captain for 14 days. Let me be the captain of your ship for 14 days. If you want to go back to intermittent fasting after that, great. But let me be the captain for 14 days. You follow this blueprint. Just like on Captain Phillips, when he said, I'm the captain now of that movie. I'm on that ship. I'm the captain now. You remember that part of the movie? Let me be the captain for 14 days. We're going to take you into port nice and easy. Quite welcome. Recent type 1, what's been the app to find recipes that help me? Type 1 diabetes would be the app to find recipes that help me. I got a bunch of stuff, okay? You click right up here, and then you click on that picture again, and you go look at all those goodies there. You go look at all those goodies in that app. I mean, in that app, or right up here. Sorry, on my page. It's a lot of goodies on there. Can you have coffee and coffee creamer? You can have whatever you want. Who's to stop you? Now, depends on why you're asking that question. If you're asking that question, if you're in the red zone, you can have coffee. You can have coffee, the creamer, we'll stay away from that. Dairy, like I said before, we want to stay away from the dairy as much as we possibly can. But here's the thing about coffee. Wait 30 minutes. Wait, go into the sun, get the natural energy first, and then wait 60 to 90 minutes after that, then have your coffee. Just don't wake up in the morning, first thing in the morning, even before you went out into the sun, have some coffee. Go out into the sun first. Keto, I don't keto if you want. I don't recommend keto. But because I don't think that I don't think that it's what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think that it's sustainable to go with that little bit of carbs because people want to live their life. Keto and carnivore. Carnivore is way stricter than keto. But the point being, if it works for you, do it. But I don't recommend it to my clients. But if that works for you, if keto works for you, fantastic. But again, I'm not an advocate for it. What about type 1 diabetes? Yeah, type 1 diabetes is the same thing. If you are type 1 diabetic, it will help you as well because here's why. Even though you cannot get rid of type 1 diabetes, here's what you can do. Let me sit down because I've been standing up for a second. We'll get back to the board. If you're a type 1 diabetic, no, it's not going to, you're not going to reverse type 1 diabetes. You cannot do that. But what you can do is you can become more insulin sensitive. What does it mean to be insulin sensitive? Well, it means that your body relies on insulin even less. Your body relies on insulin very little. It's very insulin sensitive. So it uses the insulin quite well. So everything is smooth sailing. You're not having a problem. You're not having a problem with, they're getting ready to kick some folks off because of course they give me violations almost every day. But we're going to jump back on. We'll jump back on, folks. They kick you off, which they probably will. We're going to jump back on. Here we'll always take like maybe a 5 or 10 minute intermission, and then we'll come back and then we'll go at it some more. But yes, type 1 diabetics are it makes you more insulin sensitive. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you want to join that challenge, like I said, use that discount code SAVE20. But they're going to kick some folks off, and we're going to jump back on, and we're going to jump off for a little bit. But we'll jump back on. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back on in a little bit. So don't go anywhere. But what about diet soda? So diet soda is going to be a no, though. Diet soda is going to be a doesn't raise your blood sugar, but it causes you to be more insulin resistant. That's what diet soda does. So diet, zero, all of that stuff causes you to be more insulin resistant, and it also destroys your gut. So funny or not, they're like, oh, your diet soda is great. No, it's not. It's not great. Not great at all, folks. Any questions on anything that we talked about on clean eating up here? We can cover clean eating some more on this plate. Again, folks, make sure you go get yourself a plate. Go get yourself one of these clean eating plates. Right here. Clean eating. Go get yourself one. It's in my TikTok showcase. It says I'm directing you off the site, but you guys it's linked in my bio. All of my stuff in my showcase and all the stuff that's in my bio. That's what it's there for, right, TikTok? So you give me that link, right? That's what I thought. But anyhow, go register for the quiz, folks. Go register for the masterclass. And for my folks who are ready for serious change. If you lie awake at night wondering if diabetes is going to steal your future. If that's you, if you're wondering at night, you wake up and you're like, dang, is diabetes going to steal my future? But you know deep down inside that doesn't have to steal your future. Like I said, human beings can tear up their script and live their life totally different. But if you lie awake at night wondering if it's going to steal your future, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you go hard for 2 weeks, You hang out with me and you go hard for 2 weeks. I promise you, folks, your life will never be the same. It ain't going to be the same. Your blood sugar ain't going to be the same. You're going to be a totally new person. You're going to feel like a brand new person. You ever heard that term? I'm going to feel like $1 million? Yeah. You will literally feel like $1 million. Just like Bridget is doing. She's on day 12. Saying her energy is soaring and she's lost 6 pounds. 12 days. Just by changing what was at the end of her fork. Why diet soda is not good just because you say no? I'm saying you can do whatever the hell you want, boss. MMO. If you want to drink diet soda, knock yourself silly. Go silly with it. But what I am telling you this. I will tell you that you've got a real body. Your body is real. You ever had someone pinch you like, hey, pinch me to see if it's real? Okay? Your body's real. That diet soda that you're talking about, that's called artificial. The difference between real and artificial, you pinch yourself, it's real. Artificial, you can't pinch anything that's artificial because it ain't real. You put artificial stuff into a real body, ultimately you're going to destroy it. Your body's going to be like, what the hell is this you just gave me? I've got a real body and you're giving me fake sugar. That's why your body craves more sugar. You'll crave more sugar after you have something like a Diet Coke. Why? It's because your body says that, oh, you think that I'm not intelligent, don't you? You really underestimated your body, don't you? I know that that's not real sugar, so I'm going to crave even more real sugar. Yeah. So you can have your Diet Coke, not just because I say so. You know what I'm saying? Not go crazy with it. But at the end of the day, I'm going to just keep it real with you. It is tearing you up. But you can have as much as you like. I've tried to change, but I always go back. It's because you don't have enough reasons. If you've tried to change and you always go back, it's because you don't have enough reasons. Let it be your reasons that pull you forward. Because here's the thing. If we want it, we'll find a way. If we don't, we'll find an excuse. So let your reasons pull you forward. Reasons come first. Answers come second. Go in the mirror, write down a pen and pad, look in the mirror, write down on a pen. While you're looking at yourself in the mirror, write down on a pen and pad, like, give me 5 good reasons as to why you deserve better health. You go do that exercise. 5 good reasons as to why you deserve better health. Real reasons. I bet you won't go back. For instance, if someone says, hey, we need you to get your numbers back. We need you to get your A1C to a 5.3. But to get your A1C to a 5.3, you know that people have done it. Here's the thing. Some bad guys have came and they've taken your kids in a hypothetical world. They held your kids for ransom. And the bad guy said the only way that you can get your kids back is if you get your A1C to a 5.3 naturally. No medication. You just got to go to work. Stress management, activity, eating, sleeping. Go. Question is, how much motivation would you have then? When you have it wouldn't be about motivation. It will be about reasons. You've got enough reasons to get your kids back. So you do everything in your power to get your kids back. So reasons, because you've got enough reasons. Because reasons come first, answers come second. Remember that one. But all right, folks, we're gonna get ready we're gonna jump off here because they kick some folks off. But we'll be back in a little bit, folks. We're gonna take like maybe 5. We'll be back in 5. Go intermission time. We'll be back in 5. But in the meantime, folks, go register for the quiz. Go register for the masterclass. Go take the masterclass. But we'll be back in about masterclass. but and then for my folks who are ready for serious change. We'll be back in a little bit, about 5-10 minutes. But use that discount code SAVE20. You join that, you use that discount code, you join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. $79, join that 14-day challenge. I'll be back in a little bit, folks. Hope to see you back. Peace. All right, folks, we'll be back. We're taking 5-10. We'll be back. Come back in like 5-10. We'll be back, though. We'll be back. We'll be back, folks. 5-10 minutes. All right, folks, we're back. Okay, folks, I told you we're back. We're back. It's Kelley again. That's where we left off. We're back. I told you we're going to take like a little 5 or 10 minute intermission, but we're back. If you're just joining us, folks, we're round number 2. We're round number 2 because they kicked some folks out. If you were here before, put a me in the chat. If you were here before, oh, well, it's a couple of folks coming back in. Let's see. How y'all doing, folks? It's Kelley. Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist. Coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. This is part 2 of the live. We're back again. Part 2. We normally go until noon Eastern. So we're back again. Talk about all things type 2 diabetes and blood sugar and having high blood sugar, and is this condition reversible, and do you have to have it for the rest of your life, and things like that. Do me a favor, folks. Anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition, if you're struggling with pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, type 2 diabetes, if you're struggling with all of that, any of that, forward this live over there to anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. And they don't want to struggle with it anymore. Also, folks, do me a favor and bebop that screen, double tap that screen, folks. Tap that screen a couple times, quite a few times. Tap it. Tap it like 100 times, double tap it. I call it bebop. And then share this live out with it. Thank you for bebopping that screen. And then share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this insulin resistance and they don't want to struggle with it anymore. If you're back, if you're here for round number 2, put round number 2 in. If you were here earlier, maybe like 10 minutes ago, told you we took a little intermission. Now we're back. Little short break. But put round 2 in the chat. If you're here for round number 2, if you were here earlier today, but you're back for round number 2, I want to see. Or if you're new, put a new in the chat. I want to see who we got in here, because that's going to determine where we start. Because like I said, we were just here 10 minutes ago. Are these all new folks, or these folks are here for round number 2? Where y'all from? Where y'all from, folks? Are y'all new? Or are you round number 2? Okay. Rosie. Shout out to you, Rosie. Shout out to you, round number 2. All right. Anybody else here for round number 2? Who else is round number 2? All right. Or new. Put new in the chat if you are new. Throw me a new in the chat. You are new. My name is Kelley. For those who are just joining us, my name is Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas, where we are talking about all things type 2 diabetes. Just tuning in. Are you talking about the feel-good system? If so it's the best. Who said anything about I was talking about a feel-good system? No, I ain't talking about no feel-good system. There's a whole bunch of other people talking about that, but I ain't one of them. Now, they hit me up all the time trying to get me to join their team, but no. I'm on my team. I'm on your team. That's the team that I'm on. I'm on the team that is helping people naturally reverse this condition through the power of the food that you're eating. Because that's the thing about type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance. It is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. What does that mean? Well, that means if your diet and lifestyle that caused the condition is going to be the same diet and lifestyle that's going to get you out of the condition. It's the same way. How do I know that? How do I know that this condition is a lifestyle-related condition? Well, it's because I experienced it myself. I experienced having insulin resistance. I experienced being a type 2 diabetic. I experienced heart disease. I experienced all of that stuff. But here's the thing. I no longer have any of that anymore. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity, no more high blood sugar, no more none of that. You see, here's the thing. You want to know why I don't have it anymore? Why I don't have type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance anymore is because I was a victim. I was no longer a victim. I got myself out of being a victim. What were you a victim of, Kelley? Well, I was a victim to my preferences. I was a victim to my preferences. What preferences, Kelley? Oh yeah, McDonald's, double cheeseburgers with extra pickles and a small fry, all of that stuff. That's what I was addicted to, folks. So if you're just joining, so that's what those are my preferences. So I wasn't stuck with the condition. I was just loyal to my preferences. And you're not stuck with it either. You're not stuck with insulin resistance. You're not stuck with type 2 diabetes. You're not stuck with any of that. Because if I did it, if I reversed it, why can't you? What makes me any different? I'm just a regular Joe like you are. You're a regular Joe. If you're a regular Joe, put me in the chat, right? Regular Joe. You're a regular person. We're all regular people. So if I can do it, I'm not a doctor. I am a nutritionist, a health coach, but I'm not a doctor. Here's the thing. How did I reverse the condition? I reversed it by just changing my diet and lifestyle. That's all I did. I changed my diet and I changed my lifestyle. And as a result, no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. No more diabetes, no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. Right here. That's it. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. There's been many people who have joined my 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, right? A lot of people who have joined the challenge. All we did is change their lifestyle. Same stuff that I did. Same stuff that I did to lose the weight and reverse the condition. Same stuff that I did to reverse that. It's the same stuff I teach you in my 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Same stuff that I teach you how to do in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Like I said before, I ain't doing anything magical. I didn't take some magic metformin. They're like, what'd you take? Did you take a special metformin or something? Like the magic kind? Did you take a GLP-1 or no Ozempic? You know what I mean? A lot of people ask me that, and I'm like, no, what do you mean? I didn't even know what that stuff was. I just know about hard work. That's all I know. I used to be in the military, so I know that there is another way. I know that when something doesn't work, there's always another solution. I do know that. So you're not stuck with type 2 diabetes. You're not stuck with that, folks. You're probably just like I was, and you're just loyal to your preferences. The second you realize that is when you gain great power. The second you realize that is when you'll get your health back. The second you realize that is when you'll get off of that blood sugar roller coaster. Just like I did. I'm a regular Joe. Told you. Here's what you can do, folks. If you're just joining us, put a me in the chat. If you're new, put a new in the chat. If you're new, put a new in the chat. If you are new, all right, trying to get some new, see where the new folks are, or if got a couple of new folks. Just joining us. We're round two. We were here earlier. That's why we had the drawing on the board over there. We're talking about the clean eating plate. Talking about a whole bunch of stuff. But we had to take a little intermission. But we're back. So thank you for joining us, my new folks. Here it is, folks. Here's what you want to do. You want to know how you've been managing we talk about all things type 2 diabetes, A1C, all of that stuff. You want to know how you've been managing all that stuff? Since we did A1C earlier. Here it is right here. You go click on my link in my description right here, folks, and this is going to take you right here. So quiz, go take that quiz. It is a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style right here. You see that? 2-minute quiz right here. Click on that quiz. Go take that quiz. It's a 2-minute quiz right there. Boom. 2-minute quiz that you can take. The masterclass is a 45-minute masterclass. It's absolutely free, folks. All you got to pay is attention. That's all you got to pay is attention. Now, I'm going to break down the lifestyle medicine formula. Having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, and effective sleep. Those are the areas that we're going to break down. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. And then finally, for my folks who are ready for serious change, if you're tired of surviving instead of thriving, like, listen, if your blood sugar's been high for a long time and like, yo, I'm tired of just surviving, man. I'm ready to thrive once again. If that's you, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What is it? It is a nutrition blueprint. It says if you follow this blueprint for 14 days, nutrition blueprint, you will get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster. You're going to get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster. What's the blood sugar roller coaster? Oh, the same roller coaster that I was on. One day your blood sugar's high. You wake up in the morning, you got high A1, you got a high blood sugar. You're like, why is my high blood sugar? Well, not only is that the dawn phenomenon. Who's heard of the dawn phenomenon? Put me. But not only is it the dawn phenomenon, where everybody has higher blood sugar in the morning, but if you're insulin resistant, your blood sugar is going to be even higher. Your blood sugar is going to be even higher. That's called the dawn phenomenon. And it's called being insulin resistant at the very same time. If you're ready to get off of that roller coaster I'm talking about right there, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Everything's free on the page. The only thing that is not free is the challenge. I got to charge you for the challenge because it's real people getting real results in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Real people getting real results. What kind of results? Oh, yeah. Someone took their A1C from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days. Someone got taken off of their, or a couple of people have gotten taken off of their medication by their doctor. I didn't take them off the medication. I already told you that I'm not a doctor. Didn't I tell you that? I'm not a doctor, but I do play one on TV. No, I'm kidding. Anyhow, I am a nutritionist, and I can tell you how to eat. I can show you how to eat. Eat so that your blood sugar will go into the normal range. I can teach you how to do that. My 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is going to do that. You want to join that challenge, you use that discount code SAVE20. SAVE20. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for 20% off. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But again, that is the live discount code SAVE20. All right, now let's get down to these questions. I got some questions. Let's see. A couple of questions. Amazing, Holly. You're doing great. You're losing the weight. Healthier choices. For me, you lost 15 pounds in the first week just by listening to you. Thank you. Thank you. You're quite welcome, Holly. That's amazing. That's amazing. You're doing the work, though. You see, Holly, but you're doing the work. I can show you the way. I can give you all the knowledge in the world. But it's you that's got to do the work. But because you know the saying, Holly. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. And I'm not up here to entertain you. So knowledge without action is just entertainment. You fill yourself with a bunch of knowledge, great. But when you start acting on it, whoo, here's the thing. Here's another way to look at it. Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. You'll become a fool. But if you let your learning lead to action, like Holly just is doing, you can do anything that you want. You can do anything that you want. If you are ready If you are ready, then you should join that challenge. Almost 300 people have joined this 14-day challenge. These are people who are ready to do the work. These are people who have said, I've gotten to the point where change isn't just desired. They've raised their hand and said, you know what? Change isn't just desired, man. It's downright necessary. Like, I need this change right now in my life. I need it. Because my family is dependent on me. If I don't get my A1C under control, if I don't get my blood sugar under control, what's that going to mean for my quality of life? It's not going to, if that's your quality, it's not going to be a great quality of life. Absolutely, you can do it. Yeah, you can, Holly. Shout out to you. Just got to work. Have a great day at work. Late login. What do I need to do? Very first thing that you can do is click right up here and then click on my picture again. You can go register for the quiz. You can go take the quiz. You can go register for the masterclass. It's a free masterclass. Or if you're ready for serious change, you say, if you're ready to see your A1C finally drop, then join the 14-day challenge and make it happen. If you're ready to finally see your A1C drop, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and make it happen. You say, well, 14 days, how am I going to lower my A1C in 14 days? Well, there have been many people who have lowered their A1C from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days, from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. Yeah, it takes 3 months to see the overall picture, but in 14 days, you can put a huge dent in that overall picture. It's just basic math. That's all it is. That's all it is, basic math. Type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. If you change your diet and lifestyle, which caused the condition, which caused the insulin resistance, if you change that whole thing up, you will get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster. Type 2 diabetes is reversible. How do I know this? How do I know? You like, well, Kelley, you're just blowing a bunch of smoke, man. Like, I'm listening at your live, man. You're just blowing a bunch of smoke. Type 2 diabetes is not reversible, man. Once you get it, you've heard the story. Once you get it, you got to have it for the rest of your life. You're just blowing a bunch of damn smoke. You're walking around here with a freaking show enough shirt on telling people that type 2 diabetes is reversible. Stop it. All right, here's the thing. You want to know how you can tell if I'm blowing smoke or not? Is if you go to the doctor and you get yourself what's called the C-peptide test. You go to the doctor and you get one of those. And if your A1C comes back to if your C-peptide comes back within range, you want to know what that test means, folks? It's a special test. Doctor's just not going to give it to you. You're going to have to fight them for it. Like, yo, give me that test. That test will determine if you are producing enough insulin or not. That test will be the mic drop of mic drops. Because that test, based on what that C-peptide test will determine the rest of your life. It will determine if you're going to have diabetes, type 2 diabetes, or form of insulin resistance, and if you're going to have diabetes for the rest of your life or not. That test is going to tell if you are type 2, if you are going to have type 2 diabetes, if you will have it for the rest of your life or not, if you can actually do something about it. This is specifically why a lot of people won't go get this test, specifically before what that test will tell them. Isn't that crazy? Most people will not go get this test, but why? Well, they're not going to get this very, very important test. It's because they don't want to know what that test is going to tell them. That test is going to tell them, most likely, if you are insulin resistant, it's going to tell you that You can 100% reverse it. It's going to say that you just don't want to do the work. That's the part of what's the work? The work is, oh yeah, lifestyle medicine. So lifestyle first, medication second. You got to change your lifestyle. And a lot of people have told me, believe it or not, that they would rather stay suffering. They would rather not change, even though that this change, they know that this change they'll get their life back. And they'll say to me, "No, Kel, I don't want to do it. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather not change my lifestyle. I'd rather not see how I manage my stress. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather not have an active body. I'd rather not do clean eating. I'd rather not do any of that. And I'd rather stay up all night watching a Love is Blind and foregoing my sleep. I'd rather stay up doing that." Now, people aren't going to say this. Nobody's going to say that out of their mouth. Nobody's going to say that they would rather suffer from this condition. But that's exactly what their actions will tell them. That's what their actions tell them. It's what their actions tell me. That they would rather continue to do what they do than to change. Because what you do speaks so loudly that people cannot hear what you're saying. What you do speaks so loudly that people cannot hear what you are saying. Type 2 diabetic here, you don't need a test to reverse diabetes or improve insulin sensitive. No, you don't. No, you don't need that at all. What you need to do is the work. What you need to do is the work. But to prove it to yourself, that's all that you need to do, is to go get that C-peptide test. That's how you prove it to yourself. Your C-peptide test comes back within range. You'll know that you can reverse type 2 diabetes. But a lot of people don't want to know that. Because a lot of people don't want to do that work. That same work that I just talked about, peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. What about type 1 diabetes? What about it? What about type 1 diabetes? What about it? What specifically do you want to know about type 1 diabetes? Because ultimately it's high blood sugar. High blood sugar is the symptom. The idea is to make yourself more insulin sensitive. So whether you're type 1 or type 2, you know what? Let's play a little game. Let's play a little game called Blood Sugar Tetris, folks. Before we do that, if you want to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, folks, use that discount code, SAVE20. You're joining now. Everything's free on the page. 14-day challenge, insulin reset is a game changer. Yeah, 14-day insulin reset challenge, the blood sugar reset challenge. Shout out to you, Maureen, is a game changer. It is a game changer. If you got to the point where change isn't just desired, where Maureen did the challenge. Maureen did great in the challenge. Now she's in beyond the challenge. She got herself off of the blood sugar roller coaster. The ups, the downs. Joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Now, she's on the path to recovery. 14 days, folks. That's all it takes. That's all it takes to get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster. The pancreas, if you want to use it, if you want to join that challenge, use that discount code, SAVE20. You join the challenge for it. It's $79. You join that challenge. If you use the live discount code, SAVE20. The pancreas doesn't produce insulin. Yeah, if you're type 1, when you have type 1, yes, that's correct. It does not. It does not produce insulin because it's under attack by your immune system. But that still doesn't mean that you can't change your lifestyle and make yourself more insulin sensitive. Stress management, activity, eating, sleeping. Those are the 4 areas. Make yourself more insulin sensitive. What does that mean? That means you can rely on less insulin. Yes, you're type 1 diabetic. Yes, you're going to have to take insulin for the rest of your life, but how much you use is dependent upon you. It's dependent upon the lifestyle that you choose, dependent on how you're managing your stress, dependent on how you're managing your activity, dependent on what you're eating, and then depending on how you're sleeping, depending on if you're drinking alcohol or not. That's what will determine how well you manage type 1 diabetes or not. When you go get a C-peptide test as a type 1 diabetic, your number is going to come back too low. Your number is going to come back too low, and that means that you cannot reverse the condition from your pancreas. That number is from your pancreas. It's going to tell you the number is too low if you're type 1. If you're type 2, it's going to be totally different. It's going to say the number is too high. And if the number is too high, you can bring it down. All you got to do is lay off the stuff, the insulin. You just got to lay off the insulin. I'm not telling you not to take your insulin. I'm talking about a C-peptide test says that your body is producing its own insulin, enough insulin on its own. All you got to do is reduce it. And you reduce it by the lifestyle that you choose. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. I changed my lifestyle and went from an 11 A1C to a 6.2 in 5 months with type 2 diabetes. That's it. That's it. That's it. Charlie Jackson. That's it. What stands in the way becomes the way. What stands in the way becomes the way. That's what's standing in a lot of people's way, Mr. Jackson, is they've got to change. They don't want to change their lifestyle. But if they want to get their A1C to a 5.3, if you want to get your A1C to a 5.3 or get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster, you know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to change. You can take medication until you're blue in the face, until you're blue just like this pen. But it really won't matter. Because for things to change, you're going to have to change. How do you join? Here's how you join. You click right up here. Click on my picture again. And you're going to come here. Here's the link in my description, folks. This is called the link in my description on both socials right here. The link right here. Boom, there it is. You click on that link, says Linktree. You click on that link. There it is. Quiz, masterclass. Here's how you join the 14-day challenge. Like I said, it's $79 you join that challenge. It is a nutrition blueprint. But you have to use that live discount code, SAVE20. Use that discount code to SAVE20, like I got up here, SAVE20. Use that. It's 20% off to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where, again, it's for people who are serious about change. You've tried everything, but you're ready to, you say, I tried everything. I need a proven system, man. Well, here it is. You've been asking for a proven system. Here it is. If you're ready to take control of your blood sugar, you follow that proven system, just like she's doing. Okay. Right? Just like I did. Watch this. Here's the next picture. Watch this. You see that? I follow the same system. The same system. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's all nutrition. That's all we're doing. We're not. It's not about supplements. It's not about none of that. It's about getting straight down to the root of it. And it's been what you've been eating. I'm gonna just y'all want me to keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it a buck, as they say. Y'all want me to keep it a buck? Say keep it. Say, you know, y'all want me to keep it 100. Can I keep it 100? Can I keep it a buck? All right, put a yes in the chat if I can do that. If I can keep it a buck. 100, as they say. Here it is. It is a lot of things. It could be a lot of things that could be causing you to have high blood sugar. There's a lot of things. It could maybe your stress. It could be you're not sleeping right. It could be you're not moving your body enough. You know, it could be a lot of things. But you want to know the cold hard truth of the matter is, it's predominantly what you're eating. It's predominantly what you're eating. That's what it is. Predominantly. Okay. It's mostly what you're eating. What should you be eating? Real, whole, unprocessed foods. What do we eat though? A whole bunch of crap, as I call it. Calorie rich and processed foods. Foods rich in calories and they're processed. That's what we eat most of the time. But if you start eating clean, whole, real, unprocessed foods, you'll get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster. That is what we're doing in that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Real, whole, unprocessed foods is what we're eating in that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Say blueprints. It says if you follow this blueprint, you are going to get the same results just like everybody else does. Just like everybody else who's joined that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you are ready for change, if you have gotten to the point where you say, I'm ready, then you should join that challenge. Use that discount code, SAVE20. All right. And that is linked in my bio, folks. All right, here we go. Now we're getting ready to get on the board. Here we go. We're getting ready now to do a game of blood sugar Tetris, folks. A lot of people are like, well, what's insulin resistance? What happens when I eat certain foods? You want to know what happens when you eat certain foods? We're about to find out, folks. Who's ever played Tetris before? Anybody here ever played Tetris? It's a game. You played it on the computer. You probably grew up playing it. Anybody here ever played Tetris, folks? Put a me on the chat if you've ever put a me in the chat if you've ever heard of Tetris or if you've ever played Tetris, you've ever heard of it, you've ever seen the game. Put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat. Okay, got some me's. Got some me's. Yeah, me. Okay. We're going to play what's game a little game of blood sugar Tetris, though. Blood sugar Tetris. That's the game we're going to play. Tetris. Here it is. Let me put it in so you can show it for folks who don't know what Tetris is. Yeah, there's a lot of folks. There's a lot of folks that know about Tetris. Here it is right here. But if you don't know what Tetris is, here it is right here. Here's Tetris, folks. If you don't know what it is a game with the blocks, all of the blocks and all of that stuff. That's Tetris. The object of the game is to not let these chips pile up. Don't let your blocks freaking pile up down here, okay? Here's the game. Don't let your blocks pile up. Now, in this game, we've got some pieces. We've got some players. We've got the fats. We've got the proteins. And we've got the the carbs. Carbs. These are the players of the game, folks. The carbs. The carbs, the proteins, and the fat. These are the pieces. Okay, let's play this game. Who can tell me what happens to your body in your blood sugar? What happens to your blood sugar, folks, in real life when you eat fats? Who knows what happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat fats? Put it in the chat. If you know what happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat fats, folks, what happens? Does your blood sugar go up? Does it go down? Does it stay the same? Does it go, what does it do whenever your blood sugar, whenever you eat fats? Things like avocados, nuts and seeds, and what do you think happens to your blood sugar at that point? Any guesses? Okay, nothing happens. All right. Any other guesses? Any other guesses on what happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat fat, folks? Okay. Nothing's happening in the chat either, so Any guesses? No more guesses. All right. Well, I'll tell you then. We've only got one guess. Bad food, it goes up. But no, we're talking about fat though. What happens when you eat some fat? Whatever kind of fat. Like what happens to your blood sugar? Slight elevation, okay. Somebody said the mind doesn't rise much, okay. It slows absorption. Yeah, that's it. When you eat fat, folks, healthy fats, things like avocados, right? Nuts and seeds, yeah, it doesn't really do much. Your blood sugar just stays pretty steady. It may go like yeah, but it stays pretty much in the same range. All right. So if you compare that to the game of Tetris, it's kind of like when you take these chips, like they're coming down, but you played Tetris before. These are the small chips, right? Like you can move them. They're coming down so slow and they're small. Imagine that being your blood sugar in the game of Tetris. So it's easy you can move these things wherever. So the fat, it has no effect. Okay, very little effect. All right, what about whenever you eat protein? What happens to your blood sugar? Who can tell me what happens to your blood sugar? Peanut butter too, right? That's a fat. It's a fat. Same thing. Unless the peanut butter's got a whole bunch of added sugar. But if it's just straight run-of-the-mill, regular peanut butter, no additives and all of that, yeah, your blood sugar is going to stay the same. But what happens when you eat protein? What happens when you eat protein, folks? Things like steak, eggs, tofu, tempeh, fish, you know what I mean, veal, whatever protein source that you choose, whatever it is that I don't tell people what to eat anymore. So protein source, but whatever protein source that you choose, what happens whenever you eat that protein though? What happens to your blood sugar? Doesn't rise much. Okay. So we got nothing on the fats. It just stays pretty much the same. Doesn't rise. But what happens when we eat protein? Any guesses? Steak, eggs, tofu, tempeh, fish, chicken, turkey. Any guesses, folks? I'm not sure. Okay, that's a very, very honest answer. Here it is. Here's what happens whenever you eat proteins. Yeah? See if you got, I'm not sure. All right. Here's what happens. Yeah, your blood sugar does rise, but not by much. Like it's not anything drastic. It's not anything that you can't handle. Steady increase. Yeah. It's not anything that you can't handle. So it's just like in Tetris. In Tetris, when you start getting the blocks are a little bit, the protein blocks, yeah, they're a little bit bigger. Yeah, they come down a little bit faster. Why does meat raise its own? Like we talked about. Protein is going to raise it slightly. But here's the thing. Just like in the game, the pieces are bigger. The pieces are a little bit faster, but it's not anything that you can't handle. Just like an earthquake in California. If you live in California and you didn't know that it was an earthquake today, they'd be like, why did I know that I noticed it was an earthquake? It's because it was so low on the Richter scale that you couldn't even feel it. So same thing with the protein. Yeah, it's going to raise your blood sugar, but it's nothing that's like causing alarm. You're not going to even really feel it. You ain't even going to notice it. Right? And shout out to somebody for joining the challenge. Shout out to you. Shout out to you for joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Why? It's because we're going to be resetting that blood sugar. What are we talking about right now? We're playing a game of blood sugar Tetris. Shout out to you. So these pieces are coming down faster, but it's not anything that you can't handle. So protein does raise your blood sugar, but again, not anything you can't handle. Okay, last category. What happens whenever you eat carbohydrates, folks, things like bread, pasta, lasagna, what happens then, folks? Can you tell me what happens in rice, potatoes, little Debbie snack cakes, Cheetos, right? Mountain Dew, sugar, all of the sugary stuff, candy, cakes, cookies, ice cream. What happens to your blood sugar then? Okay, high rise, somebody says. Cars, blood sugar spikes. Okay, sugar goes up, rises, high. Big time rise, raise. Yeah, okay, that's it. Big time, it goes up. Yep, that's it. So picture that in the game of Tetris. Now, these pieces are coming in. These pieces are coming, not only are these pieces coming in fast, the carbs, but they're the big blocks. They're coming in so fast. There's a lot of them. There's a big blocks, man. They're coming like, whoa! There's so many of these things, and they just keep on piling up. They just keep on piling up. So what happens in the game of Tetris? You get to the higher levels, and the game starts speeding up on you, and the pieces start getting bigger and bigger and bigger. What happens in the game of Tetris, folks, when your chips, they pile up, when your blocks, they pile all the way up to the top? Who can tell me what happens in that game? Who can tell me what happens in that game? Beans are great. We can talk about beans. That's a great question. We can talk about beans. What does the F stand for? Fats. Stands for fats. That's what the F stands for. Who can tell me what happens in that game of Tetris when those chips pile up? If you've ever played that game, man, what happens? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. If y'all don't know what happens, if y'all have never played that game and you don't know what happens in the chips, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what happens when all those chips pile up to the top. Here it is. It's game over. This is the screen that you're gonna see. How do you join the challenge? I'll tell you in a second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Here it is. Game over. When you play that game of Tetris, it's game over, folks. It's game over. That's the same thing that's happening in this game right here. This game is, you let those chips pile up. If you're insulin resistant, folks, and if you're already insulin resistant and you keep piling on these chips, all of the carbs, the fast ones all of the time, the processed carbs, the little Debbies, like I said, the ho-ho Twinkies, the ding dongs, the Cheetos, all of those. You start piling those on, then next thing you know, those chips are going to pile up, especially if you're insulin resistant. If you're not insulin resistant, you'll be all right. Your body can handle it. You can handle the load. But if you're insulin resistant, you ain't going to be able to handle that load, because your insulin is all the way up to the top. Insulin cannot come down until the blood sugar goes out. When you get all the blood sugar out, when all the blood sugar is out of the cell, out of the bloodstream, it's like out of the bloodstream, inside. You want to put it inside, but when all of the blood sugar is gone, that's when insulin will go away. Insulin cannot go away if there's blood sugar in your bloodstream. Insulin will only go away when all of the sugar is put away into your cells. That's when insulin will go away. But here's the thing. If you're insulin resistant, this thing is never going away. You keep on eating all these carbs and all this nasty, junky food, man, it's never going to go away. And then as you become more and more insulin resistant, as the years go by, more, because you always got insulin, you always got high levels of insulin, because you're playing this game of Tetris all wrong. See, but here's the thing. This is a game I'm talking about. This is a game. You can press the reset button in Tetris, but you cannot press the reset button in real life. You keep letting these chips pile up, your game will be over. Probably like 15, 20 years too soon. Like I told you, my sister passed away at the age of 55 years old, 2 years ago. Miss my sister dearly. She passed away from complications from this game of blood sugar Tetris. All the chips piled up on her. You're ready for change. If you say, I don't want to let my chips pile up on me. I don't want to let those chips pile up, because we know what happens when the game's over. You can reset the game, a video game, you can reset that, but you cannot reset the game of life. To bring your life back, you cannot reset that. You cannot reset when they amputate your toe. You cannot reset that. When they amputate your ankle, when your kidneys fail, there's no resetting of that. But there is, folks, there is what's called the blood sugar reset challenge. You want to reset this whole blood sugar, and we can start to tear this, reset the game before it gets too late. You can reset the game before it gets too late. Let me say that. You can reset it before it gets too late. If it's too late, you can't reset it. So you can reset it. So here's what we're going to do. The game of blood sugar Tetris right here. Where do you play this game of blood sugar Tetris? Right here. Here's how people like how you get to the challenge. Where is it? This is called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you click right up here, folks, click on my picture again. Click on right here, and then you click on my picture again. It's going to take you to that link. You see that link I just clicked? You click on that link. If you're in my other socials as well, you can click that link right here. If you click that link, it's going to take you right here. Here's what the 14-day challenge is right here. This orange one right here. There it is. That's the 14 days challenge. It's linked in my description, folks. There's where it is. You click right here, accept the challenge. This challenge, folks, is for my people who have said that they're not going to let their chips pile up on them. We're going to reset it. That's why it's called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, because you can reset it before it's too late. If it's too late, you ain't going to be able to reset it. We cannot get your toe back. They amputate your toe, we ain't going to be able to press the reset button on that one. But if you get to it before they do, you can press it. Here is the reset button. It's called the 14-day challenge. It's $99 you join that challenge. But if you use the discount code, the live discount code, SAVE20, you're going to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for 20% off. So $79 you join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where in this challenge, I'm going to show you how to play this game a whole lot better. Using these same chips. Using these same chips, these pieces that we talk about. Because everything, here's the thing, folks. Everything that you eat is either going to be a fat, a protein, or a carbohydrate. That's why they're called macros. Right? What does it mean to be macro? Like the big picture. Like macroeconomics. That's the big picture. Like the government and all that kind of stuff, trillions and national debts and all that stuff. Join 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, folks. If you are ready for change, you should join that challenge. Use that discount code, SAVE20. And where I am going to show you how to master this game of blood sugar Tetris. Teach you how to master the fats. Teach you how to master the proteins. Teach you how to master carbohydrates. You can still eat carbohydrates, folks. Contrary to popular belief, you can still eat carbohydrates. You don't have to give up all the foods that you love. Right? You ain't got to give up all the foods that you love. You don't have to do that. You just got to know how to eat it strategically. If you want a piece of cake, okay, eat a piece of cake, but eat it strategically. I'm going to show you how to do that. We ain't eating no cake in the 14-day, but you get what I'm saying. We're going to take your nutrition back to the basics. We're going to take your blood sugar back to the basics so we can go in and we can reset your blood sugar based on the foods that you're eating. What are we using? Oh, yeah, just the food that you're eating. What's foods? Real foods. Either a fat, a protein, or a carbohydrate. That's all we're eating. Real, whole, unprocessed foods. You do that for 14 days, you will get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster. You will play this game of blood sugar Tetris a whole lot better. You will have pressed the reset button before it has gotten too late. You want to press that reset button, use that discount code, save 20. Let me see questions. Let's see some questions. I want to join. That's how you join. I don't have diabetes. I don't have diabetes. Diabetes blood. My blood sugar goes up, then crash, and goes down fast. Yeah, you're on a blood sugar roller coaster, right? You becoming there. You becoming insulin resistant. You doing this. This is called the blood sugar roller coaster. High highs, a whole bunch of insulin comes in, drops it down. Glucagon brings it back up. It's just an endless roller coaster. You want to get yourself off of that roller coaster. You want to do that, you join that 14-day challenge as well. You want to get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster, which you just described. I'm doing a 90-day with 30-day carbs per day. What are your thoughts? Plus fasting 16 to 18 hours per day. Well, I don't believe in that. Here's what I believe. I don't believe in you should do a certain amount of carbs per day or grams. Let me say 30 grams of carbs per day. I don't follow that philosophy. I follow the philosophy of the clean eating plate. Clean eating plate says, as long as I eat my food in a certain order, and as long as I obey the rules on the percentage of carbohydrates up to 25% on my plate, on my clean eating plate, it's called a clean eating plate. We don't count carbs. We don't do any of that on my programs. You're going to get yourself one of these plates, and we're going to show you how to eat based on this clean eating plate. So fasting 16 to 18 hours. If your body can handle that, okay, great. You can fast 16 to 18 hours and you're metabolically flexible, great. But if you're not metabolically flexible, I wouldn't recommend that. I recommend training your body to fast. Again, all stuff that I teach you in my programs, training you how to fast and teaching you how to fast and all that stuff. But ultimately, my programs are about teaching you how to play this game of blood sugar Tetris like 10 times better, 10, 20, 100 times better than what you've been playing it. You start to play this game better, guess what's going to happen? Your numbers are going to start to change, just like in the video games. You start playing the game better, what happens to your score? Oh yeah, it goes up. You go to the next level. But you see, in the real game of blood sugar Tetris, when your score goes up, it means your blood sugar is back in the normal range. It means you've got yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster. It means that you've cut down your medications or been, like some of my clients have been taken completely off of all of their medication by their doctor. How long does it take to reverse diabetes? Well, it depends on what type of diabetes you're talking about. If you're talking about type 1, it's never going to happen because it's an autoimmune condition. But if you're talking, but you can make yourself more insulin sensitive. But if you're talking type 2 diabetes, it all depends on how much work are you willing to put into it. It's different for everybody. But it takes 3 to 4 months to see the overall picture. 3 to 4 months to see the overall picture. You can do a whole hell of a lot of damage, or damage in a good way. You can put a big dent in your A1C. You can get yourself off of your blood sugar roller coaster. And you can do that in as little as 14 days. Getting yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster, putting a big dent in your overall A1C. But to see the overall picture takes 3 to 4 months. How do I join the 14-day challenge? Here's how you join the challenge. The point of the 14-day challenge is to get you a quick win. Is to show you what can happen when you put in the effort, when you focus, when you eat like you're supposed to do, when you follow a blueprint, what can happen in as little as 14 days. It's designed to take you outside of your comfort zone. Here it is. Click right here. Click on my picture again. The discount code is SAVE20. That is the discount code. Right here. You got to use that discount code. SAVE20. Here it is. Here's how you get to it. Here's how you join. Right here, quiz. Everything's right here. And right here. Boom. 14-day challenge is right there. Use that discount code, SAVE20. You join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge says $99 you join that challenge. But if you use that discount code, SAVE20, SAVE20, live discount code, which will be active for like the next 30 minutes, because we're getting out of here in 20, 25 minutes. That is where you join. What are the people saying? They're saying, they're right here. What are the people saying? You've heard it. People have come on the live and they've told their stories. You've heard the results. What are people saying? They're saying that if you show up and do the work, just like everybody else was saying, just like Holly was saying earlier, you got to do the work though. You see she's doing the work right there, writing that stuff down, and you got to do the work. You do that work for 14 days. I'm going to lay out the blueprint for you. You just got to do the work. What other people are saying is if you show up and you do the work and you do it again tomorrow, you will get the results. This is what the people are saying. Let's see. Right after drinking and drinking pepper goes up to 250. 30 minutes later, it's 120. Right after drinking a drink of pepper, Dr. Pepper is what you're saying? Yeah, if you drink a Dr. Pepper, yeah, it's gonna go up to 250. That's called the spike. That's called the spike. It takes off like a rocket. And then guess what happens when a rocket goes up? It's gonna, as quickly as it goes up, as quickly as it's gonna come down. You drink a Dr. Pepper, it's gonna shoot up like a daggone rocket, trying to break Earth's atmosphere, going fast. Then it's gonna come tumbling down. You've seen the pieces when they fall off the space shuttle, how they come tumbling down. Okay, yeah, I did forget to mention that. You're right. Normal blood sugar, I forgot to mention that there is a normal blood sugar range. Thank you for saying that. Between 70 and 100. That is what you want your blood sugar to be. Between 70 and 100, ideally. Thank you for the reminder. Between 70 and 100. You wake up every day and your blood sugar is under 100. Are you walking around most of the time and your blood sugar is between 70 and 100? I mean, you're in there. You are in there like swimwear. If you are walking around with your blood sugar between 70 and 100. $110 is a little bit too high, though. It's a little bit too high. Yeah. You were close, but a 110 is a little bit too high. But between 70 and 100, you want it to be when you wake up in the morning, where should it be? Below 100. You wake up, if it's above 100, it's like 100 to 125. You're in the pre-diabetic range. So 110 is in the pre-diabetic range. You don't want to be in the pre-diabetic range. Pre-diabetic means that you already have insulin resistance. It just hasn't gotten bad yet. That's what it means to be a pre-diabetic, folks. So don't get it twisted. There's no difference between having pre-diabetes and having type 2 diabetes, insulin resistant, type 2 diabetes. There's no difference. The only difference in the diagnosis is how bad did you let it get? That's the only difference. Yeah, the brain does need normal blood sugar. Yeah, the brain needs it. The brain is an energy hog. So you want to give it the cleanest, best nutrients possible. Blood sugar included. Blood sugar goes through every cell of the body. Insulin goes through every cell of the body. That's why they call it type 3 diabetes. Alzheimer's, you've heard it. Alzheimer's, they call it now type 3 diabetes. Why they call it type 3 diabetes? It's because you've got insulin resistance in the brain. You've got too much blood sugar. This game of blood sugar Tetris is going crazy inside of your brain. If you got PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, all it is insulin resistance of the ovaries. That's all it is. Erectile dysfunction, same thing. You've got insulin resistance in the, in the man area. You know what I'm saying? You've got insulin resistance. You clean that up. You hang out with me, I'm going to show you how to clean that up. I'm going to show you how to get your manhood back. You know what I'm saying? Trust me on that one. When does it start? Well, it starts whenever you go get your groceries. So whenever you go get your groceries, you go get your groceries. Here's how the challenge works. You go get the food, you go cook the food, get the food, cook the food, get the results. So the challenge starts whenever it's a self-paced challenge. But so it starts whenever you get your groceries. Whenever you got your groceries, say, I'm ready. That is when your challenge will start. I'm going to lay out the blueprint for you. You just go show up and do the work. You show up, you do the work, you do it again the next day. I promise you, you will play this game of blood sugar Tetris a whole lot better. We're going to press the reset button on that blood sugar. That's why it's called the blood sugar reset challenge. I specifically called it that for a reason. It's because of this. Reset it before it's too late. It's only too late when they take your toe. When your sight is gone, that's when it's too late. Or when you're in the dirt, that's when it's ultimately too late. Ultimately. But until then, you can press the reset button. If you have type 2 diabetes, even if you have type 1, you can't press the reset button all the way on type 1, but you can improve the hell out of it. You can make your life you can improve the quality of your life. If you're a type 1 diabetic, you're going to improve the quality of your life in as little as 2 weeks. If you're a type 2 diabetic, you are not going to get rid of type 2 diabetes in 2 weeks. But you're going to put a big dent in your overall A1C, and you're going to get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster. The highs, the rocket, the lows. Thank you for answering my question. You're quite welcome. Let's see. Questions. No bloodstream should be 0. Yeah, you don't want. Yeah, if your blood sugar gets to 0, that's game over. We talked about game over. Your blood sugar goes high, and then it drops and starts getting low, low, low. Yeah, when it gets to 0, it's game over. You're absolutely right, Cherry. You don't want it to get there. You want it to be between 70 and 100. That's where your body wants to see it. It doesn't want to be below 70, and it doesn't want to be above 100. It wants to stay there. That's why when it gets above 100, that's why insulin comes in to try to do its job to bring it back down to below 100. That's what insulin's trying to do. Exercise is a big part of it too. Yeah, it's 4 parts of it. If you have not gone to register for the master class yet, it is a free master class that I give, and that master class is linked in my bio as well. It is we're out of here in 15 minutes. So if you want to use that discount code to join the challenge, use that discount code SAVE20. But the master class, though, let's talk about that. In the master class, yeah, I'm talking about nutrition right here, but here's the thing. In the master class, we talked about having a peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. It's a formula. It is a formula. It's called the PACE formula or the freedom formula, I call it. Maintain your pace. It's the freedom formula. If you maintain your pace, you're going to free yourself from the clutches of insulin resistance, from the clutches of high blood sugar. If you just maintain your pace, having a peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. Go click that link in my bio and go register for the masterclass. It is a free masterclass. I'm telling you folks, that link in my bio is like Disney World. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, that link is like Disney World if you're suffering from insulin resistance, folks. If you're suffering from high blood sugar, that link is like Disney World. How do I know about Disney World? It's because I grew up in Orlando. Okay, they wanted me to be. I auditioned to be Mickey Mouse when I was a kid, when I was in high school, but I didn't get the role. Why? Because I was a 1/4 inch too tall. How tall am I? Oh yeah, I'm 5'2". I was a 1/4 inch too tall. And I was 5'2". So, and what the hell does that tell you? They're super strict at Disney. It is. Got my A1C exactly where I wanted by joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Yeah, I love it. Love hearing that, Catherine, because you joined that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and your A1C dropped in as little as 14 days. People don't think that it's possible, but it is possible because that is what your body wants to do. It wants to heal. It doesn't want to have high blood sugar. It wants to be between 70 and 100. I can guarantee you, your body, your blood sugar doesn't want to be at 200. Your blood sugar doesn't want to be at 250. Your blood sugar doesn't want to be at 400. Your A1C doesn't want to be at 7, 8, 9, 10. It wants to be somewhere around like 5, 5.2, 5.3. That's kind of where it wants to be. And if you give your body the right tools and the right time, the right equipment, the equipment is the food is the medicine, and the medicine is the food. You give your body the right tools that it needs, it will heal itself. You will see an amazing result in 14 days, I promise you. You show up and you do that work. If you're ready to show up and do that work, if you say, I've gotten to the point where change isn't just desire, it's downright necessary, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. I just stopped drinking sugar drinks. I feel a whole lot better. Yeah, that's going to help. Yeah, you stop drinking sugar drinks, that's going to help a whole lot. That's going to help tremendously. Yeah, that's going to help tremendously. So stop drinking the sugary drinks. That's going to, ding, ding. I love it. Blood sugar should be between 70 and 100. Yeah, 110 is pre-diabetes. That is correct. You are correct. All right, between 70 and 100. Anything over 100, you're in the pre-diabetic range. You're becoming insulin resistant. Just means it hasn't gotten bad yet. Starts getting above 125, okay. Then it's saying it's gotten bad. It's starting to get bad when it's bad and when it's over 100. But it's really bad when it's over 125. Anything over 125 is that you're in the danger zone. You're in the red, it's called. Anything over 125. If you're 100, between 100 and 100 and 125, you're in like that yellow, you're in like that gray area. Anything below 100, you're in the green. That's what I am, pre-diabetic. So if my big toenail is coming off, am I pre-diabetic? I don't know why your big toenail is coming off. I mean, did you stub your toe? I mean, I don't know. No, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a pre-diabetic if your big toenail is coming off. You need some more information than that. Have you been watching, listen, WebMD? Stay off of WebMD, man. Should my blood sugar go up after I eat? Yeah, it depends on what you eat. That's why we're playing this game of blood sugar Tetris right here. Depends on what you eat. Will determine how much your blood sugar goes up. That's what we just did. The fats, the proteins, and the carbs, depending on what you eat, will determine how much your blood sugar goes up. So yeah, it depends. It depends. Robert, how do I control my insulin resistance? Well, right here, through these 4 areas. Go register for the masterclass. I break it down, but these are the 4 areas. Here's how you manage it. Here's how you get it under control. Here's how you eliminate insulin resistance from your life. Having a peaceful mind, that's the first part of the formula. Stress management. Having an active body, that's the second part. Clean eating, it's the third part. Effective sleep. It's called maintain your pace. That's how you control your insulin. It's called a lifestyle change. That's a long way of saying you've got to change your lifestyle, boss, Mr. Dad. That's the only way you're going to do it. You can take all the medication that you want. You can take all the medication you want until you're blue in the face, just like this pen. That's how much medication can you take? As much medication as you want, just like this, till your face turns freaking blue. That's how much medication you can take. And it ain't going to control your insulin like you want it to. Why? It's because you weren't maintaining your pace. You didn't have a peaceful mind. You didn't have an active body. You weren't clean eating. And you weren't getting any effective sleep. And on top of all of that, you were drinking a lot of alcohol. And as a result, insulin resistance only gets worse. No matter how much medication you take till you're blue in the face. If you're ready to stop taking all that medication until you're blue in the face, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, we're gonna bring your face back to the normal. Like, it's gonna bring it back. You're gonna have a beautiful face again. It's not going to be blue. It's not going to be red. It's just going to be beautiful. Okay? Someone just joined the challenge. Shout out to them. Shout out to you for joining the challenge. Your face is going to be beautiful. After you join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, your face is going to be, you're going to look in the mirror and be like, damn, I got a beautiful face. That's what you're going to say. My face is. You're going to be in the mirror. Your spouse is going to be like, yo, why you always in the mirror? It's because I got a beautiful face. Because mine ain't blue anymore. Because I was taking all the medication until my face turned blue. And anyhow, how do I join the challenge? Here we go right here. Somebody else just joined the challenge, so shout out to them. Shout out to you for joining that challenge. Right? But here it is right here. Click right here. Click on my picture again. I'm sorry, folks. I'm wilding out a little bit today. But here it is right here. And we get ready to get out of here because we're here for 7 or 8 more minutes. 7 more minutes. We're on here, folks. You click right here and you click on my picture again. And here it is right here. Here it is. It's the same thing over here. My link in my description. If you click that link in my description, right here. There it is. You click that link in my description. It's going to take you right here. Here it is. You click right here. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right there. Now, it is $99 to join that challenge. But if you use the live discount code, which I am live right now, that's why it's called a live discount code. Use that live discount code to save 20. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You can get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster. You don't want to be on that roller coaster. You don't want to be on that roller coaster no more. You're ready to take control right here. You click on this picture. You click there. You join that 14-day challenge. $99, you join the challenge. Use the discount code SAVE20. SAVE20. What's the discount code? SAVE20. SAVE20. How can you have that formula in America? You got to make the formula yourself. You got to make the formula yourself. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. You're in control of that. Nobody else is. You're the only one that's in control. You're the only one that can prescribe yourself this medication. You can't prescribe it. Your doctor can't. The doctor can't prescribe it. Your spouse can't. Your spouse can't do it. The only person that can do it and prescribe you this medication, lifestyle medicine, is you. How can you have that formula in America? Yeah, as I answered that one. Okay. All right. Discount code SAVE20. Are diet sodas okay? No, they're not. They are not okay, folks. You do not want a diet soda. No. Though it's not going to raise your blood sugar, it is going to make you more insulin resistant. It is going to destroy your gut. Diet sodas, Coke Zeros, Diet Zeros. It's not raising your blood sugar, but it is making you more insulin resistant. So no, they're not. No diet sodas. That's all carbonated junk, artificial stuff. You don't want any of that. Is fruits like grapes bad for us? It's not bad for you. It's just you got to eat them strategically. When you eat grapes, make sure, think of fruit like this. Think of fruit as a dessert. Anytime you think of fruit, think of dessert. Okay? If you think of fruit and you think of dessert, you'll do okay. When would you eat some ice cream as a dessert? After your meal, right? You'd eat some ice cream. When would you eat Would you eat ice cream in the morning? Would you eat dessert in the morning? Would you eat a patty pie, sweet potato pie, first thing in the morning? Some birthday cake first thing in the morning? No, you wouldn't. You'd have some food first. You'd put something on your stomach first, wouldn't you? See, this kind of stuff I teach you in this game of blood sugar Tetris. You want to eat some carbohydrates? Yeah. You got to have some proteins and fats in your stomach first. You want to eat some grapes? You got to have some proteins and fats in your stomach first. It's all about playing this game of blood sugar Tetris a whole lot better. I see the doctor, and all she had waiting for me was a refill. That's all they're going to have. And that's all they're going to continue to have for you in the show is a refill. The more you go back and the more you avoid doing the work, the more, that's all the doctor's going to have for you is a refill. That's it. You can take it until you're blue in the face. I already told you. You can go to get the refill, sure. Take it until you're blue in the face. But if you don't change your lifestyle, I promise you, you're talking about spinning your wheels. You're talking about running in a circle on a treadmill. You ever see somebody on a treadmill, but like you're at the gym and you just see this person, they're just going. They're just going, but they ain't going anywhere. That's called the treadmill. That's what happens when you don't change your lifestyle. You're just going to be on the treadmill. You're just going to be on that. So that's it, folks. We're getting ready to get out of here. My name's Kelley, your Certified Holistic Nutritionist. I told you we're on every day. We're on Monday through Friday. New schedule. We're on 5 or 6 days a week right now, but we're not going to be on the weekends as much. We're just going to be in about a couple of weeks. We'll just be Monday through Friday. But right now we're Monday through Saturday right now. Here's the thing. Like I told you before, when the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. I missed it. What'd you miss? We'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry. We're coming back tomorrow. We're here Monday through Saturday until like I said, for another couple of weeks. Then there's gonna be no more Saturdays because it's basketball season. I referee basketball. I'm out in the court. High school basketball. I'm out in the court like, yo. I'm the guy you're always yelling at saying, ref, you suck. I'm that guy. I'm that guy and said, ref, what the hell are you watching? Are you blind, ref? That's me. Because basketball season's starting. But I'll still be here, I'm telling you. Monday through Friday, I'll be here. 8 to noon. But anyhow, folks, this is the game of blood sugar Tetris. You want to know more about playing this game of blood sugar Tetris? You ready to get off of this blood sugar roller coaster? You ready to play this game a whole lot better and press the reset button on your blood sugar, which it is very, very possible. 14 days, you get yourself off of that roller coaster. I need to do some soul searching. We all do. Here's the thing. Don't wish away the pain. Wish you were stronger than the pain. Is it going to be tough? Is it going to be challenging? So you need to do some soul searching. It's going to be tough. It's going to be challenging. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be challenging. But don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Change is never painless. But the pain is proof that you're leaving the old you behind. Terrible lag. I don't know. Maybe some do, some don't. Nobody else is complaining about a lag today. I don't know what to do. You should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you're ready to, if you're ready to go through a little bit of pain, it's going to take a little bit of pain to get what you want. Right? Just a little bit. But let today's small pain save you from tomorrow's big regret. Let today's small pain save you from tomorrow's big regrets. What's the big regret? Oh man, I should have did it. Oh man, I wish I would have did it back then. I wish I would have did that 2-week challenge. It would have been over with now. I'd be off the roller coaster. No lagging over there. Here's how. And we're gonna get up out of here. So a lot of people are asking how. You should join that challenge right here. I'm gonna show you how, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Here's how. Here's how. You click right up here, and then you click on my picture again. Click right up here, click on my picture again. You gotta click on me twice though. And then we're right here. Here we are, we're right here. Same thing on my other socials. You know where it is. You click right here. You click this orange one right here. Boom. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You click that. You click right here. It says $99. But if you use that live discount code, SAVE20, you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for 20% off. $79, you join the challenge. Where I'm going to teach you how to play this game of blood sugar Tetris using these pieces right here. So that's it, folks. Yeah, permanently boo can be a result. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want a permanent boo. Scary stuff. But here's the thing, folks. We'll be back tomorrow, but here's what I want y'all to remember. Here's what I want y'all to ponder on. Overnight, I want you to ponder on this. I want you to think about it. Who is it that I look like? Put it in the chat. Can you tell me who you look like? Which one of your parents do you look like? Is it your mother or is it your father? Is it your mother? Is it your father? Is it your grandpa? Like, which one of your parents do you look like? Can you tell me? Throw it in the chat, folks. This is a serious question. Which one of your parents do you look like? Sandra, you always say both. You always say you look like both your parents, both your mother. Okay, you look like your mother, you look like your father. Who do you look like? Mostly moms. Black dog, shout out to you. Look like a mailman. But here's the thing. When we're born, we look like our parents. But when we die, we look like our choices. See y'all tomorrow, folks.